can imagine my teacher's surprise when I went to kindergarten. She said, "Does anybody here speak French?" That was a bad day.
I guess so. That could be potentially embarrassing.
I'm back.
Yes, that was a common phrase when in around my house as well. My mother and her folks were from Indiana, and so that was one of the turns of phrase that they would have when they would swear. And by swear, they might say darn or gosh or something like that. And they'd say, "Pardon my French," and we're just like, "That's not really a swear word." You know, compared to what we're hearing at the elementary school playground. So,
I don't think I've ever heard my mother cuss.
well, I'm sure she is among.
I'm not saying she's a saint. You know, she is, but
That's
you
what
know,
I heard, Mitch.
well, she is a saint. We all know that. She raised me, for God's sake.
There you go. That is
You know,
is
take that however
definitely
you like on that part.
well.
I'd never heard my mother, and the closest I came with my well, it was funny with my dad. He dropped a log on his foot when he was bringing in some firewood,
Right.
and it was like son of a, and he stopped, you know.
Right.
But then I went to work with him one day. I was, I was early teens, whatever. But I went to work with him because I was working on I had a project building a solar cell, and I had part of the steps were with some dangerous chemicals, and I went to the lab with him, and he's like just with the good old boys over there, just
Swearing up a storm there. Yeah.
yeah. Only time I ever heard it.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, well, that's fun.
All right, I'm back.
Mm.
You are. Okay. Well, we are here at sunny Moscow, and we're partway through. I think this is what, the 1240 turn. Yeah, the 1240 turn. We still have
Wrapping
a
up
bunch
lunch, some sort of confit, I bet, in the French tent.
Oh, yes. The French are definitely having pate and
roughing it.
croissants and a big bottle, several bottles of champagne to wash it all down with.
At Salamanca, Wellington was gnawing on a chicken leg when he saw that Marmont had advanced his wing division 2 miles beyond the main body. He said, "They've just made a mistake. Launch the attack."
Yeah.
The rest is history.
Yeah. Salamanca was that's where the old phrase "Don't interrupt your enemy while he's making a mistake." That's a classic example of it. So, well, cool. Well, I think when last we left, we had at least the chit for French number 1 had been pulled, and then Russian 14 had been pulled. We could probably grab a few more chits, see if there's anything else we can do out on other ends of the battlefield. We've got French chit number 12 and French chit number 5. So I don't know where those are, but I figured, Rick, you've had a whole week to meditate on what you're going to do. So at least you and I can go poke around.
I definitely meditated the whole week.
The whole week. Okay. You've come up with...
Which room are you guys going to stay here, or are you going to go different?
We'll go down to room 1 because it looks like 12 is one of your cavalry units out on the end of the universe as well. So
I kind of want to follow this action, so I'll join you if that's all right.
That's okay. Yeah, we're not doing anything too exciting. I don't know if anyone else wants to draw other stuff. I don't know where French number 5 is.
That's one of Robert's.
Okay, well, he's not here, so perhaps one of you guys can figure out what to do with that. And we'll go down to game room 1. All right. So, Marshal Davout and his wild and wacky corps. Which division do you want to start with first?
Compons.
Okay, cool.
These guys. Oh my god. All right. He's going to go 2, 3, 4.
That's 4. Yep.
I'm here to give you moral support, Rick.
As opposed to immoral support.
Yeah.
Come on, I'm gonna go these guys. Move
Even
these guys
Russians.
back first,
Okay.
and then I'll move those guys up there.
So that's going to cost you. It's going to cost you 3 to move into because you're in line and it's brush, and then it's an extra 2 because of my skirmish cavalry. So you're at 5 right now.
Yeah. And then let's see. Check. Let's get back to 4, 6. Yeah, I'll move those guys all the way back to there at the beginning.
Okay, cool.
Let's see. Now I will move these guys. The max I can shoot out of a hex is 4, right?
Yeah,
Fine.
if you're in line, you can shoot 4. If you're in skirmish, you can shoot 3.
Then I will move those guys to there.
Okay. That'll cost you 6 points, and you've got enough to do it.
What's the next round? Where is bud? Oh, it's looking good.
Guys will move to there.
Those skirmishers are just a pain in the ass, man. Oh, I'm sorry. That pain in the backside.
Tootie.
Excuse my French.
There you go. Pardon my French. Pardon my Russian.
My derriere got in the way.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the few rules that I dislike the most.
Well,
Is
and
that they can impede my movement behind my lines of infantry.
yeah.
I kind of love the visual, though. Those horsemen up there just giving you all kinds
Oh,
of
yeah.
pitfalls and trouble.
Oh, I love it. I just don't love the, this guy is affected by him.
Yes.
It's like,
Right, because I think it reflects the spacing and the way that those horses can move. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah, and this is at least one of the things that's consistent across all the rule sets.
Yes, yes.
One of the few things that's consistent
Yes.
across all the rule sets.
Yes.
And with that really terrible derriere-like morale they have, it's about the best you can use them for.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
The
33
Cossacks,
is a
it's-
reaction from Garbage.
Yeah.
But yet in this role, they're just all kinds of trouble.
Yep. Well,
Yes.
use them and
I'll
use
move
the terrain.
Gerard next.
Okay, we're over to Gerard. So he's
Gerard?
yep. I think we
He's
got him
here.
over here.
Well, let's see. He's all messed up too. Moran's in the middle of it. And
And if the chit pull had been different, would you have had to pull them back, Eric?
No, not. I mean,
No
so
reason
if
to.
there's no reason to yet.
They're not vulnerable to all that fire?
Oh, they are totally, but they are.
Oh, but it's
They are. That's
cares?
that's their life. They are just absorbing musket
they're
balls.
totally just a shock absorber.
Yep. They are the
They're North
speed
Koreans,
bump.
clearly.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Well, then that even confirms the visual I had in my head is that these guys are fighting out there. I mean, it's really glory for God and King, right? Tsar.
Yes, for the Tsar.
And these are non-trivial guys. These are like some serious horsemen.
They are. Yeah, they're out on their little ponies, riding
They're just as
around.
brave as anybody that ever fought for the French army,
Yeah.
or anybody that ever fought anywhere ever.
Yeah.
Let's just say they were made of sterner stuff back then.
Yeah, pretty incredible, right?
Well, and I was talking to my fencing class last week. We were doing a tournament, and a lot of times they're mostly beginners, and so they'll come forward with an attack, and their opponent will come out with a counterattack, and the person who started the attack will kind of freeze or pause or kind of freak out, and they shouldn't. They should just continue their attack. But your natural instinct when somebody goes and sticks something in your face is to, like, recoil away or to block or whatever. And so I was explaining to them, like, this is why fencing was taught, so that way people, most of the people that are learning fencing, 200 years ago are military officers or whatever else. And so you're being trained to do the right thing and not necessarily do what's the instinctive thing to do. And so the instinctive thing to do is to throw up your hands and, block. But the right thing to do is to carry on with the attack, even though somebody else has come out and stuck their point out at you, kind of a thing. And so I was explaining to them, hey, when you're dealing with warfare, the right thing to do is, stand next to your fellow soldiers and march forward into the guns. The instinctive thing to do is to turn and run away, or hide in a hole or something, right? And so, this is why for so long fencing had been taught as an activity in the military, because it's teaching you, the right thing to do as opposed to, the instinctive thing to do. So, all right. So what happened? Did you pull those other guys out?
Which ones?
I don't know. I saw somebody move with the blue jackets. Did these guys go out and
These
then these
guys moved
went
out.
in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. That's fine.
Well, those guys I think stayed there. I moved them back.
Oh, you just pulled them back. But these guys were already here, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, they were turned a bit, and I turned
Oh,
them.
okay. Yeah, there's no opportunity fire from my skirmishers, so you don't have to worry about that.
They were in column, I guess, and I put them in line.
Okay.
I think that's it.
All right, so there's Gerard is taken care of. You've still got then Friant, Desai, and Morand.
I'll move him there. Desai is going to continue to chill right there, I think. Only because I don't want to break down the regiment. Gerard. All right, I'm going to go to Morand.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no, I'll stay on Gerard. I want to try and limber up that gun at...
Oh, the one that he's stacked on?
Under Gerard.
Yeah, just go ahead and roll a die.
3.
A 3. That should work. I thought you need to roll low in this particular rule set, so I think a 3 is good.
Cost me 2.
Yep.
And I have nowhere to place him, so that's cool.
But at least he's limbered.
I'm ready to go.
You are ready to go. Ready to go and have a party.
Anybody else? Is that dude all tired? All right, I'm going to go ahead and move on to Moran now.
Okay.
He's out of command. 1, 2, 3. Oh, not anymore, but it's fine.
Oh. What, did you have somebody standing in the way before?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's the guy that moved back.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I got all this weird stuff in my way.
There's a clear gap here, right? There's a clear gap here. You can move through the skirmish cavalry, I guess.
Yeah.
Split it in half, mister.
Problem is, My boy hasn't cleared out your cavalry yet.
Well, yeah. But my cavalry doesn't have an activation, so you don't have to
Well,
worry
you
about it
still-
until next turn.
As long as I don't move within 2, right?
Yeah, as long as you don't get within 2, you're safe.
I think I will say screw it, because that always works. Let's look at the guys here.
That's right. I'm here to support you in that, Rick.
I appreciate you.
You go,
I
girl.
will go. I'm going to declare an assault.
Okay.
Mm. Where's my assault marker? Assault marker.
You should just be able to right-click it and create one.
Hold on. Let's make sure. What's your closest guy?
Which flash
away?
the
1, 2,
stack?
3. It's guy under Morand. 1, 2, 3.
This guy here?
4. Yeah.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4.
4's the closest.
Yeah.
Well, what about on the left side? I'm not looking at the stuff in the middle. Is there anything close over there?
No, that
3,
stuff's
4, 5.
yeah.
Okay. So it'll be 4 hex.
Yep.
Salt. I'll label it. Oh, salt.
It's weird that the marker is blank on my screen.
I know. Delete it.
All right. Now that one I can
Delete
see.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to move them up over here.
So where is he going? So what path did he
Going
take
right-
to get there?
It's going to go one guy at a time.
Yeah.
I'm
So
gonna
can
go
you
1, 2,
tell me
3,
where he went?
4. Straight up. Just straight up the middle.
This way?
Yeah.
Okay. So I actually
here.
have cavalry right here. So you'd have to stop when you get here. Because
Do I have to? Because you don't opportunity fire anything.
I don't, but well, I don't know. Do I have a zone of influence that you have to stop? I don't know. Let's check real quick.
Yeah.
I know that his skirmish cavalry is preventing my guy from putting out a zone thing. So
he's not formed up, so he isn't. What are you talking? No, he has to be formed to stop you from doing that.
Oh, he doesn't have. So him being in skirmish.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, no. He has to be.
So then that would have cost you
But-
a lot of stuff to move there, right? I thought all
For an
I had to
assault?
do was have somebody to adjacent to me to nullify it.
No, it has to be light cavalry and adjacent.
Right? Isn't this light cavalry?
Formed up. He's not formed.
Formed. He's not formed.
Oh, okay.
He is formed, isn't he?
No, he's not. He's in skirmish
Well,
order.
That's formed.
No, it's
Didn't we-
liner
we've
column.
gone through this
Liner
before.
column.
Skirmish order is formed.
Skirmish, cav and skirmish is not enough to neutralize the skirmish zone.
Okay.
It's cav and liner column.
All right. So you'd spend 1 movement point to go there. You'd spend 3 to go there. You'd
So it affects
spend
your assault move?
4 to go there. Well, it's affecting your movement, right?
Okay.
Because my skirmish cavalry then
Yeah.
has its zone out here. I thought that this guy nullified it. In some of the other rule sets, it would be enough to nullify it, but in this one, I guess it does not. So there is another difference.
Now, can I
Vive la
stop in that
différence.
skirmisher's hex?
You
Or
could
have to
stop
move
in the
through it?
skirmisher's hex, yeah. And then you could assault my skirmish cavalry.
But what does he do? Does he just displace?
I would retreat before combat,
Wait.
potentially.
How are you assaulting through skirmish?
He
cavalry?
can, so if he moves his infantry up here, right? And he goes into this hex and he assaults that hex, these guys would then displace, so they would move back. And then
Well, skirmish infantry will displace for
skirmish
cavalry, but I don't know the other.
I thought skirmish cavalry also displaces. It
Yeah,
says
I'm
here
not
under
aware of
pod, it's under pod to charge. It says infantry or cavalry skirmishers adjacent to an enemy unit will displace one hex if the hex they occupy is in turn occupied by another friendly unit which has declared an assault.
I stand corrected.
Or in the case of cavalry has declared a charge. So yeah. So
Thank
they
you.
would just
Thank you.
displace back, and then he would put his guys there assaulting.
Do they displace in disorder though?
Yep.
His cavalry, yes, I guess so.
Disorder sucks.
You've got so much cavalry. But what would happen? So Rick, that's not a bad thing for you to do, because my Cossacks have to retreat before combat. They can't stay and fight, which means you would advance, and then you could, depending on which way you're facing, assault either this guy or that guy. So that would be like a better move for you, because then you'll get through that part of the line, and my cavalry can't stand against you. They have to retreat. Now the question is, you've got enough movement to get there. 1, 3, 7. Yeah.
Every time you tell me it's a good move, I do it and then I get spanked. I'm just saying.
Well, so
the Cossacks would also get a reaction move. No, they're in a cavalry don't control. They don't.
Yeah.
Although the cavalry just moved away, right? So they probably would.
Well, so here's where we kind of get to kind of what we had before with the whole reaction charge business. How is it all taking place? What is the
Sequence.
The sequence, exactly.
Probably. So the assault goes there.
Yes, the assault goes there.
The skirmishing hussars disorder back under Bert, using pas de charge.
Right.
And now at that point, the infantry has moved adjacent to the Cossacks.
Okay. So then at that point in time, I would have an opportunity.
Move. No. Reaction move.
Reaction move. Right.
Move up to half your movement line.
Right. Now, of course, doing that's going to trigger opportunity fire from 1 to these 3 hexes, correct?
Yep.
Okay. And if I do that, then will this guy still be able to do his assault?
Yes, you cleared out the hex, so he would later.
Yeah.
He would assault the empty hex.
That's what I wanted to.
Yeah,
because I seem to recall that if I bug out, then I would then have to. He would still be able to move in. I don't know what they call that.
Yeah, during the assault phase.
Yeah, during the assault phase.
But you have a reaction if you wish it, but you don't have to use it.
Yeah. Now, here's my next question, because I know that my maneuver unit for the Cossacks is coming up. Can I move that guy that has the assault marker pointed at him in my movement phase, or once he's targeted with an assault, he's stuck?
Once he's targeted with an assault, he can, yes, reaction move. Yes, opportunity charge. Yes, reaction. Although he's skirmishers, he can't do those. But he theoretically. But he can't
if he doesn't do it, Yeah, he doesn't. He can't do. He either does the reaction move now. He can't then wait and move on his move.
Okay, that's what I wanted to clarify,
Yes.
because I was kind of looking in the rules thinking, okay, well, if he assaults my Cossacks, could they then move later? I guess they could only move if somebody interrupted his assault with a charge or another assault and he was diverted away from me.
Right.
Okay, so that's not any different than third edition rules in that regard. Although third edition, we're not doing it at the same time. So, okay, well, I will do then my reaction move. And I guess the easiest thing for me to do is just back up, go over my colleagues here to the hex behind. So you can get 1, 2, 3. These 3 can all fire. It's going to be 6, 12, 18, 18 to 12, 1.5 to 1 on the old boom boom chart. A 14 is a miss. Okay. All right. So much for that.
Did you want to display share like Kev?
Oh, these ones here. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Yeah, because you moved people up here too. I keep forgetting to do that because this is the only rule
Oh,
set
I
that
wasn't
allows
talking
you to
about
do
that, but yeah, you can also do
Yeah.
that there too.
Yeah, I'll pull these guys back as well. So you would
So-
have a couple of different shots. So when
We
this
just gotta
guy,
do that
yeah,
in
so
the
when
right
this guy
sequence,
moved
that
up,
affects my
I
movement,
would,
but it's fine.
yeah.
It's fine. Go.
So we'll just have maybe these 2 guys, and then this guy shoots. So you'd have a
54.
54. That's a 12 to 13. I don't think that's enough for a hit. And then
Okay.
this one over here, just roll the second time. That's a
Nothing.
miss. Okay. All right. Well, you've pushed them back. You've brushed them back. Okay. What other exciting things? Oh, so then David needs to move this cavalry, flip it over, put it there, and stick a disorder marker on it, I guess.
Does he have to move there? Can he move somewhere else?
He would move back 1 hex, I think is what it says with the
I,
pod.
I have to
hex.
go into the hex that you came from.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Cool.
Yeah. So it's considered involuntary movement, does not trigger opportunity reactions.
And he is in disorder.
That's right. Anything stopping me from like going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and assaulting?
Yes, I've got skirmish cavalry up here, so they've got a zone that goes out
Oh.
here, so you're not going to have enough movement
David,
to
you
get
need to
around
fix
over
this.
there. Hey, it's the machinations of fate. It's which chit got drawn when. So
Can I weasel my way around? Let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in theory, I could go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or because he's disordered now, I can't go through there.
no, you can move through disordered units, but I've got this guy back here who's still projecting. So the
True.
skirmish unit that moved back is yeah.
Yeah, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it could make it. These guys could. And that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4 hex charge. Let's see. 1, 2. Well, assault. We will go assault these guys, and we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Well, so they're in line. So this is going to
I'll
cost him
convert.
2.
Yeah.
That's going to cost
I'll
him
convert
4. Okay.
Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep. They're there.
I'm sure these guys have outstanding morale.
Outstanding somewhere.
Oh my god. Wrong key. Is it C? Yeah, there you go. And then put assault. We said the assault was 4.
Yep, assault 4.
I'm just doing what I was told.
Just following orders? Is that what you're saying?
Just following order.
You might want to put a label on those units, how far they charged from.
I think he did,
I
didn't
did.
he?
Did you?
Yeah. Yeah.
If you
Oh,
look
okay.
at the, he's got on one of them, he's got AR4. I think he wrote it on the unit. Yeah, he's
Okay,
got
I
that.
was thinking
Yeah,
you just mark the label if you want to, the charge distance, but okay, that's all right too. Because we may not get to this for quite a while, you know.
yeah. No, he's got it. He didn't write it on the assault marker. He wrote it on the lead unit. So
I did
All
try
good
to do it
then.
on the assault marker. I don't know
You're
why
on
it
top of
didn't
it.
go.
Excellent.
yeah,
Thank you.
I did do it on the assault. I don't know why it didn't go on there. That's fine. It's there now.
yeah.
Did I get the other one right? No.
Nope, they're both, for whatever reason, they both appeared. No, the top one's got it written on the assault marker. It had it written on the lead unit. So
Yeah, it's fine. Clear it. Oh. Yeah, I don't want to put it on the units because then I forget who they're associated with, but I'll clean that up later. Still
Right.
wasting you guys' time. Who else? I will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm gonna break these guys down, the 13th, into skirmish mode.
okay.
Well, I'll break them down, move them forward, then they'll go into skirmish. So you have something to shoot at.
It's always gratifying.
It is. It is. Where is he? The 13th.
So in this rule set, does it cost something to break down?
I think so. Like 1, maybe.
Okay.
But you guys can correct me if I'm wrong.
No, that's all right, because David and I were playing. We're playing bar, and last night we're like, "Oh, it costs something to break down," and Michael's like, "No, it doesn't." We're like, "Well," so we're confusing our rule sets, which is par for the course. So
When I break down, can I break down to any formation, or it's into the formation I was in?
you're just into the formation that you're in. So then you still need to change formations and
Formation 2,
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7. That screws me up. Let's go. Put this back on. Sorry, I'm taking forever. Hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That guy there. Guy there. That guy there. I'm blocking all your shit, aren't I? All your guns.
welcome to the
Did I
405
take him
freeway.
from somewhere? Where's DeFonce at? 2nd Corps Cavalry. I think I stole him from somebody.
You did. De France, I believe, yeah, he was over there.
Whoever's that is, feel free to move him where he was. Let's see where he was. Sorry.
I think he was 7143. So I think he's in this hex here, was where he was at. So just one hex further forward, just right there.
Yep.
All right, I think I'm. So what do I want to do with this artillery? Try to limber the artillery up here.
Oh, okay.
A 4.
A 4, and that's
A
is
foot.
it just foot guns? I think it probably
Control
does
V.
it.
Control V will tell you.
Oh, that's handy.
1 to 4. Nice. So they limber. And that's 2 to limber, right?
Yep.
And what I just learned last Wednesday was also Control V works for cavalry recall.
Oh, that's nice too.
Interesting.
4.
I suppose that's
Whoever
if they
built
added
the
it
game
to the
module
game
was
module.
really thorough, really great work by the builders of the module.
Which ones? Which one?
Just whoever built the module went to great
this
care of putting in all those numbers.
Oh, very cool. I just checked that. Yeah, they've got that on the cavalry. Nice. Nice. All right.
All right, I think I'm done with Morand.
Cool.
I'm done with him, so I just have to deal with the cavalry. And I think he's out of command. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, no, he's not. So I'll move the cavalry down at the bottom there.
Mm-hmm.
Brush is 4 or 5? 4.
It is 4.
4, 8, 12, 13, 14. Am I in line? Should be. 4, 8, 12. 4, 8, 12.
Yeah, and he would be the guy that's in the clear would be facing a hex vertex. Unless you've got him in column of companies.
Do I want? Should these other guys be in vertex as well?
Yeah, they should. Because they're in line and brush. Otherwise, there you go.
All right. I'll just keep them back here.
Cool.
All right. I think that's it.
All right. Well, that was really exciting.
Not really.
All right. Well, let's see what I can accomplish. So I've got, who is that? That is Karpov. Karpov's cavalry. And I've got a couple of guys that are all ready to dance around. So let's see what we can do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you need line of sight to reaction charge, or only if it's happening within? I mean, opportunity charge, I should say.
Opportunity charges that are injured too don't need a line of sight.
Don't need a line of sight. Okay.
Line of sight is only needed for square formation. I think.
Okay. All right. We're going to shuffle our little cavalry around here a little bit. We'll have this guy go over here like this. We'll have this guy come over here like that, skirting your zone. We'll have what shall we do with that guy? We will take him out and we will turn him. Whoops. I had a 50-50 chance of getting it right. Cool. And then Karpov will move where? Oh, actually, we'll put him here and we'll turn like that. Okay. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we got everybody covered. That was exciting. Now I guess we're over to chit number 12, which I think is Pier over on the far eastern edge of the map there. Over here, Rick, one of your exciting people.
Oh. Oh.
So Pier's brigade. Who is part of Pier's brigade? Pierre, he's got
Guys
the
lower.
16th Chasseurs au Cheval, and he's got the 8th Hussars.
Yes.
So these guys and these guys.
Yes.
Sorry to break in,
will-
but just to put in a pitch, it was Kevin Graves who did the module for this, and he's doing, as far as I know, all the current ones for the
Clash of Arms?
Clash.
Nice. Nice.
And I got to work with him on Wavra, so I'm on the Wavra credits.
Oh, cool. Good for you.
That was great work.
Thank you. We're looking forward to Alal.
Oh, yeah, when that comes out.
That will be totally awesome.
Well, and
would be-
I'm also looking forward to the stuff for, I think they did, Mont Saint Jean is out. The new and improved Mont Saint Jean is out.
Most certainly, because
Yeah.
that's what I used as the basis for Wavra.
Yeah. So that might be a fun one for us to do with our little vassal stuff at some point in the future, guys.
All right, I'm done with Pierre.
Wavra or Waterloo?
Both.
Fine. Put your
Yes.
hands together.
Yeah.
I don't know. The whole of that, I don't know. As long as I don't have to play the British.
Oh God.
I don't want to be the British.
Wellington's Ride.
No, not doing it.
Oh, did you play the British when you and Clay and Michael did it?
And we immediately abandoned that.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So what did you do for command points? You just had
We did
everybody
Kai.
do everything? Oh, okay. Yeah, that works too, I
Yeah.
guess.
10 minutes.
Yeah. Well, that might be the game that we end up playing.
Well, it was 10 minutes to move all your units and 2.5 to 6 hours to execute your cavalry.
Yeah, you guys had like serious cavalry charges every turn, as I recall. It was like nonstop.
Well, there's so much.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, let's just do these two quick charges before we go to lunch. 4 hours later.
All right, we've got what is it?
I'm done with
French
12.
13, and then we've got Russian 6. What's after that? The leader chit. And we'll hold off on a second to kind of catch everybody up. So where's number 13?
13's Pajol.
Pajol. Pajol. Okay. What is Monsieur Pajol going to be doing?
And he has got a couple little things he's gonna do here. I'm looking.
Oh, and then 6 is my infantry. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got
A
to.
division, maybe.
Yeah.
Hey, go Pistons. Beat the Knicks. It's
Did
great.
they?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Is that basketball or hockey?
That'd be basketball.
Oh, okay. Just goes to show you how little I know about any of that stuff there. So.
Well, Detroit was just terrible last year. So to see them kind of come back and have a good season has been nice.
Good.
They've been a real model of how to rebuild a team.
I'm sure.
I'm resisting making jokes about the city as a municipality, though.
Oh, Detroit.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know much about him. I know it's a difficult place.
It's
All
it's
right,
interesting.
let's see. So
You know,
Pajol is
it's the
here.
post-industrialization zone of America, right?
Yeah.
What do you do when all the manufacturing dries up and you leave all these? Yeah, it's an interesting sort of transformation that has to happen.
Yeah, it's a sad story as to what happened. It's a lot of beautiful buildings there, really good people, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, Dennis Spores, who's one of the designers and owners of Marshall Enterprise, he lives in Detroit. And so he's been there for, I don't know, a long time, quite a while. But he'd been involved with, I guess, project management type of stuff with companies in Japan that were not in Japan, maybe in Japan for a while, but then in China, that were then manufacturing stuff for U.S. companies. And he was sort of their man on the scene to make sure that stuff got created properly and all that jazz. So he kind of bounced back and forth between, the Japan and China and Detroit for several decades as part of his job.
Bet he spent a lot of time on an airplane.
Yeah, because that's a little bit of a stretch to get all the way out to that other side of the universe. So,
Bet he's probably one of those mythical million milers.
in all likelihood, yes.
It's kind of cool when he hosts those little gatherings and somebody, I don't know if it was him, but somebody post pictures of it online in the Bataille group. It's fun to see those pictures.
Yeah, I think he had a bunch of guys over to his house a couple of weekends ago, and they were play testing. They're putting out a couple of new small battles that you can basically download the map and the scenario. And if you have La Bataille de Egmont, which is the one that they just published there in October, then you've got the pieces, and then you can play an additional battle. And so I think they're coming out with either 2 or 3 that are taking place around 1809, or the days before, the days after Egmont. So I've been helping play test Battle of Roar, which takes place, I think, a couple of days before Egmont. And then, Brennan, were you helping them play test a game?
Yeah, I signed up to do it. It's called Dunsling. I haven't had a chance to get it on the table yet, but we're getting the pieces organized and stuff.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so that should be fun. So yeah, so their
It looks
idea
like a
is
deep
to
penetration mission by Austrians, which is kind of a oxymoron.
Wow.
Yeah, no kidding.
Okay. Well, and this is the one thing that really surprised me with Egmont is that the Austrians they're really pretty good. I played them before at Aspern-Essling and Wagram, and they, just kind of not the best and brightest. But at Egmont, this is the first part of the campaign, so they haven't had a chance to get demoralized yet. So they're feeling pretty happy about everything. So, all right, David, have you finished with Pajol?
No, not yet, but I'm working on thinking about it here. What else?
Oh, okay.
So let's see. This guy is gonna go there.
Exciting.
Yep.
Eric, I have a friend who is a lifelong hardcore Napoleonic miniatures guy.
Right.
He has literally every field army except for I think the Danes, the Swedes, and the Austrians. And a long time ago, I was like, why do you not have anything for the Austrians, even in like a corps? He just looks at me. He goes, the Austrian art, in the Napoleonic Wars, the Austrian army is like the worst army in the history of armies. I don't even want to have them as figs. They're just that bad. I'll just let other people do it. I was like, wow, that's there's some bias there.
Yeah.
He thinks that low of them.
Well, I would venture to say that the Spanish army is probably the worst. You know.
What do you mean I have to roam around? You haven't done anything to me
Yeah,
yet.
exactly.
Players of Talavera know that the Spanish army
Exactly.
has a fire multiplier of ×1 in line.
Well, I just remember playing. Robert and I used to play Albuera, and we loved that game.
Yes.
But you'd have the Spanish mobs, and the Spanish
Yes,
mobs
yes.
have no. They can't be in line. They're not in column. They can't form square. They're just a mob, and their fire value is like 2 or something
Secret
like that.
to the
Yeah.
Spanish mobs in Albuera is that one of the French victory conditions is to exit off the woods road
Right.
a bunch of units. And if you fade the Spanish back into the woods, they become ruthless bandits because they don't have to check morale when assaulted.
Yep.
And they become very dangerous in the woods.
Yeah. Yeah, but out in the clear. And so it would always be fun when, something you'd come up with this group of French and you're sure that this mob is going to get brushed aside. And, here they roll a 56 or whatever it is, and they pass their morale check and you're like, "What?" And so that was always fun.
Your skirmishers get a shot. These skirmishers here get a shot at this guy here as he moves into the next tags.
Oh, okay. We'll just roll some dice and see what we get. Keep moving.
All right.
Another shot.
Nope. Those aren't my people. Those are his people.
No, but when he leaves the zone.
He just did. I just rolled.
Oh, okay.
That's the shot he got.
Yeah.
Because I was leaving the zone.
Yeah.
And here. And this guy here is going to.
Might have to read 5th edition again before Consam. I don't remember it.
Yeah, read through it.
And he's going to declare a charge.
Oh, snap.
Exciting. Well, I was hoping that my chit would come up before yours, but what can you do? Okay, so I can't retreat before.
I'm not done yet.
Oh, you're not done yet. Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know if I had to do anything now or I wait until you do all your charges.
This guy has.
He has to finish out that MU first.
Oh, okay.
That guy has to go with him. I can't. Well, I could drop him off there, but I don't want to leave him there. So I don't think. And what do we got here? We just got and where are they going after that? They're going to. Yeah, they can do that. All right. So that means let's. Who are they? They are. They're Wace. Where's their commander? Somewhere in here.
Who, Waith?
Yeah, there he is. Or no, that's his other unit. Where's his?
Where is his commander? Are those guys, are they part of Waith? Are they in command? Can they even move?
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out here.
Did Waith get killed or wounded? Let me check up there and see. No, that's Subervay.
What's the person you're looking for?
They're looking for someone named Waith. W.
Not Walther, right?
No, not Walther.
Thank you.
De France.
Which group is he with?
He is with Pujol's 2nd Light Cavalry.
Jean's second light gun.
Yeah.
It's an ADC from Montbrun, right?
Right. And he
under
took
the,
over. He took
He's
over
right
for
here.
Oh. So those guys are actually out of command.
Those guys are actually out of command. All
Yeah.
right. So they can just remain.
So
the
they
way
would just face the way they were facing before.
Yeah. Which was what here?
I think they were facing over this way.
They were facing that way.
Yep.
And let's see. And where? So where?
And then where is the leader for these guys?
Where was Wraith?
Wraith, he says he's
He's under the 9 stack, right?
Yeah, right here.
Oh, okay. All right. So
Second from bottom.
All right. So that puts that guy in command. All right. Good.
Yep. So then who's the commander for these guys that moved?
I believe he is
DES.
He's right here.
Oh, okay. Deseret. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's a complicated universe there.
All right.
I'm just going to drop an OOC label on these guys for the moment. You'll be able, in the leader phase, you'll be able to move them somewhere exciting.
6.
So the charge is going away. Okay, got it.
Now, I do have a question, Dave. With these guys that you moved back that were disordered back here, how did they get over here? By what route did you take them?
They're disordered. They went through this tired cavalry unit. They went through here. They went through here. They went through here. They went through here, and they went through there.
Okay. All right. Yeah. They're a small enough stack. They could go over those guys. Okay.
Yep. Just
indeed.
Think with one to spare. All
Cool.
right. So let's go back to all right. So this guy here, he is in command.
He is in command.
He's going to go skirmish for 3.
He can't skirmish because he's a lancer.
Oh, he's a lancer.
So that's a lance bonus. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Ah, dang it.
Data analysis shows too many variables.
Glorified traffic cop.
You need George C. Scott out there in his jodhpurs with his riding crop, directing traffic. was one of my favorite scenes from Patton.
Mm-hmm.
But what a great movie that was.
That was a great movie. That was a great movie. All right. Anything else, Dave?
I'm thinking I'm trying to find something here.
Or Michael, did we get like 7 minutes?
I want to say it was 10 and Clay got 20 because he basically had 2 commands.
Right, I know he got double what we did, but that was it, just double? Okay.
I want to say.
God bless him for taking on that role.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, are you guys
Here's
coming
the
out to
entire French
Consim?
army.
Are you guys coming out to Consim?
Oh, my daughter's getting married that
Yeah,
weekend.
I know you're not, but I was curious if Clay and Michael, are you guys coming out?
I am. Tentatively, we were going to play Army Group. Myself and this other gentleman were going to be playing Army Group North 2, but after last week's email from GMT, we need to reconvene and figure out if that's even going to be feasible, because it probably won't be.
Oh, is it because they're waiting for the game hasn't shipped, or?
Yeah, it hasn't shipped yet, and the pre-order price was like $68, and at the tariff rate, it would be like 180 or something like that.
Gosh.
Just an insane price.
Yeah.
All right, so this guy's going into skirmish.
Cool.
4. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10. 4 back out of skirmish. And declares a charge.
Okay.
And I think that's all the move I've got. All right, so I got. All right. Let's see what we want to do with that. Let's move Patrol back to, so, actually, let's see. If he goes there. All right, the commander is going to go. Where's the commander gonna go? Where was that? Where is that commander?
He's down at the bottom of the. He is leader of 16th. It's Walthiez, ADC to Montbrun. He's here in this hex, right? If you're looking for the guy who's filling in for Superve, I think Superve got greased.
Oh, there he is. Okay.
Yeah, so he's down to the bottom of that hex.
All right, he is in that hex. Okay. All right. I'm going to move him to right. Where do I want him? Yeah, let's put him right. Where's that other guy gonna go? All right. I'm gonna move him last here, but all right, because I want to. Let's see. No, he can't go there. Can't go there. So he's kind of got himself boxed in here. Can't go over the squares. He can't go there, so he can't even move. Boy, these guys got all screwed up, didn't they? All right. They'll get their chance.
Eventually, outside the walls of Moscow, they'll get their chance.
And all right, so he's over there. He's over there. These guys are okay. All right. Let's do my charge here. So he's gonna go boom.
So I don't know that he can. We had this issue with Rick, where you can't charge through other cavalry. I mean, was that only heavy cavalry, or was that any cavalry, Brennan?
Where
You can move through cavalry, but you can't charge through any unit other than skirmishers or squares. You can't charge through other cav.
And
you could start.
And I can't do it through the square because the guy's right on that, and that which is the stupidest move to me. But but whatever. I'm
David, which unit was charging?
He had a guy over here.
Yeah, and he was charging up through here. I thought you could charge through your own cavalry.
Could he set up on top of those other cav and charge from there, leaving them behind?
Let's see. He started over here, I think, right?
Yeah.
So he went into skirmish. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 got him there. Coming out of skirmish was another
4.
13. Oh, 4, right.
Plus,
yeah, because he's
1 to shorten
plus,
up.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, so then it would have been 4 does it cost 4 to expand as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so it would have been 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The 14, and he would be in this right here.
And you didn't want to roll through your own squares because you get zapped by the Russian Jaeger in the down in the valley.
Yeah, he's trying to attack the Russian Jaeger.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think you've got enough movement points to end up over there.
Could you try attacking from the rear, like move through the square? You'd get zapped by the artillery. Yeah. I mean, if you move parallel through the squares, you could risk the skirmishers, opportunity fire and a bunch of hexes, and then line up like where you are now, charge from there. I don't know.
Yeah, but he's going down that extra 2 plus 2 for going down the slope is going to cost. It's still going to put it over the top cost.
Yeah, it doesn't have enough.
Yeah.
8.
It's probably too crowded.
9, 10, 11. Yeah, no, he doesn't.
It's just too crowded. Bottom line.
Yeah. Too congested.
4. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Checkerboards, people. Use checkerboards.
You need some field gendarmes for traffic control.
What happens is, like, what tends to happen is you may have a checkerboard out forward where you're actually, getting ready to fight. But a lot of times in the midfield, you like either forget or people just pile up for whatever reason, and then it just jams you so badly. There's a huge premium in being a bit slower to bring up the midfield so that you can leave the midfield still in checkerboard to enable these kinds of things. And you had to go to skirmish because you can't walk through the squares. You can walk through your skirmish guys and your cav guys, but there's too much infantry around.
Yep.
Yeah.
You do that. Yeah. It's just too tight.
Next turn, David. Next turn.
Well,
The really heavy, dense
there won't be
formations are, they have, various different risks to your own troops. One is the routes and disorders that come back through. And then the other one is it makes it so difficult to maneuver. So you got to give your
It almost
army
gets locked in
space.
place.
Yeah, you got to give it space to breathe.
where'd this cavalry commander, where was he? He must have been over.
Who?
Oh, I know.
Which one?
I got-
Walthez? This guy
No.
was here.
No, this guy was okay. So Walthez is. Oh, I may want to
Yeah.
move him, whatever. But I picked up this guy here.
Oh, okay.
Can I do that? 1, 2. Can he charge from there?
Where?
He's out of command.
No,
That-
not
that
those
unit.
guys.
Except pointing in the wrong direction is all. He'd have to.
No, this one here. Come
Yeah.
up and charge from here.
He would have to conform to the facing of those units
That's what I
when he
thought.
moved to the hex. Yeah.
So,
The same issue, you can't charge through.
Yep.
You can move through your own cavalry units, but they don't like you charging. In this rule set, like in others, I think you can, but not this one.
I thought you could, but if you say you can't.
Yeah,
um,
no,
I
we
don't think so.
went through this over on our side of the map because Rick had that grand charge, and he thought, oh, he could get his guy to go through the guy in front of him, but they had to line up and go together. All right, have you got all your people where they need to be?
No, I don't. But, I don't see anything real quick that says you can't charge through your own cavalry, but I guess whatever.
We'll dig it up.
All right, so he's going to go here then. And Joel is going to fall back to here. All right, whatever. That's 13.
Lucky 13. Okay. We had the Russian number 6, so that's this division back here. So let's go ahead and start moving those guys forward. So I'll start with this guy here. So he'll go, yeah. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we will form line there, 7. You can take a shot at me. You'll have 2 plus 4.
33 ain't going to do it.
Okay, yeah, don't have to worry about it. Okay, cool. All right, other people. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I've got, let's see, these guys, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's check everybody here. I've got a bunch of people with similar colored belts to yours back there, so I want to make sure we don't get them mixed up. All right, this is the 12th division, so black and yellow with white pants. Okay, so one. Oh yeah, now I remember what I need to do.
David, the stacking part is in 19.2.6. Charges and stacking. Cavalry units be charged to skirmishers. Cavalry skirmishers over units in square, but not enemy color. 19.2.6 on page 44.
Yep. Cool. Thank you.
All right. All right, here. 1, 2. So 1 to come out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoops. Put those guys there. And your guns are there, Mitch. Hiding out. All right, I've got some skirmishers, these guys. And they're going to go into skirmish mode, flip. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They will park themselves right here. All right, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I don't know if it's possible.
7. So you'll get a shot with those guys. What's left of them? What you got? 2 increments. So just go ahead and roll, Dave. 43. Nah. Don't have to worry about it this time.
Do you want to leave me some sort of shot through here with the guns?
No, because I'm trying to shield people from Napoleon and his gun.
Okay.
So,
Because he's got some big squares here that I could get. If I got a shot on that square, that'd be pretty cool.
I
And if you just split over even 1 hex over here instead, and move this guy out of the way, I can get a shot in on him.
Really? Out of range of 9? Well, what did you have? So, okay, so maybe if I put my skirmisher here, you're saying, and then get this guy out of the way.
If he was just 1 hex over.
Okay, and this guy 1 hex over there like that.
Mm-hmm.
And now do you think you've got a shot on them?
I think so. Let's double check.
Okay.
That's clear.
Okay.
For the
I think the
moment.
other one.
That's true.
I think that one's
Because remember he hasn't moved those guys yet.
if we can get a leader on there with artillery bonus, that'd be super swell.
Well, it
I think
is
we
the
need that
leader
as
phase,
well.
but what David was saying is that group of infantry, their chit hasn't come up yet, which means there's a good chance that they will unpack themselves
I see what you're
before,
saying.
before the before we have a go. But if
And
they
I don't
don't,
have and I don't have an artillery leader anyway, so getting somebody on there would be helpful. But we shall see.
okay, cool. Right. Well, if we have the option there, if it presents itself in some way, shape, or form, let me go ahead and move. I've got a few other people I can probably bring up. This guy, he's still alive. That's
Eric,
always
can
a
you
good
get
thing.
any line infantry down into the ravine?
I
With
do.
skirmishers facing the wrong way, you could push forward.
Which
Although
skirmisher?
there's cavalry down. There's
Yeah.
cavalry.
Yeah. And I really don't have the I don't have enough to do anything with over there. And I need to keep a little bit of a reserve here. That guy is kind of shot to pieces. We'll put him at the bottom of the stack. Let's change his facing.
I did roll a 66 against Brendan earlier this evening.
Oh, you did.
A low odds shot against his cannon that he wheeled up against me at Osterstedt.
Oh, Auerstadt? Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say, yeah.
Gesundheit. All right. Okay. I think that's about as good as I can do. I think I got everybody that's part of that command. Did their little song and dance. Yeah. Yeah, we'll leave these guys back. No, they're fine where they're at. Okay, cool. All right, that's it for that. So now we had the leader. Chit was, I think, the next one that was up. Yeah. And then after that, it is number 9. So let's go ahead, I guess, move any leaders that need to get moved around. It's your big opportunity.
Mitch, you might want to move a couple of ADCs if you have them onto a couple of the guards units that maybe like the Cav group and that kind of thing. Take a look.
Oh, well, let's talk about. Should I put my leader on top of these guns?
Which gun? Oh, the 2 forward.
Mm-hmm.
You have a really good leader who's
The 7th Division.
Yeah, Cap Savage. That's a great place for him to go.
Okay.
And also look north of the Great Redoubt. You have a Cav regiment that could use an ADC probably.
You said a Cav regiment?
Yeah, there's a white Cav regiment north of the Great Redoubt who's blocked from his leader.
Oh, so he needs an ADC.
Yep.
What you're saying?
You got like Gavardovsky who belongs to Barclay, or Kuruta who belongs to Lavrov. Either one of those guys would be good.
Oh, this guy.
Looks good to me.
Thank you for pointing that out. I appreciate it.
All right. How's everyone doing moving, shuffling their leaders around?
I'm done with my leaders.
Just about done.
Still working a little bit.
Okay. You guys want to move Robert's leaders, I guess?
Oh yeah, let me look what he's got over there. Let's see.
Mitch, the 6th Corps has 2 different divisions. It's the 7th and the 24th. Did you? Oh, you already moved to 24th. Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you. It should drag across real sweet.
Yep, it may take them a couple turns to get there, but they're right on. They'll just move up toward them.
No matter what next turn, I mean, the regroup chit will happen, and they'll have a place to go, so it'll work out well. But you're right; it might take 2 turns to get all the way over there.
But getting that guide in the general right direction.
Mm-hmm. And that's just as far as 10 movement points would take me.
Looks like just about right.
Yeah, I thought pretty close. Maybe like 1 or 2 more hexes would have been all right, but
I'm swapping out. I did exactly the same thing with the leader of the red division that you're standing on. He moved 10 movement points off to the left also.
well, yeah.
Both the divisions, same way.
Yeah, I saw him drop in there. I was like, oh, okay, interesting.
All right. Anybody else need to be shuffled about on the board?
I'm done.
Yeah, I think so too.
All
I'm
right.
done.
We're down to our last activation, which is chit number 9. That's the Young Guard. The Young Guard is going to swing into action, people.
They've been waiting their whole young life for this.
Yes, their young life indeed.
Glory for France.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're waiting for you to unleash the Kraken.
Yeah, about that.
Well, you finally got Miranda in. You should be happy that you should, do a victory lap, Rick.
Uh-huh. He's not dead yet. That's the victory. He gets shut off his horse.
Well, he's not up there in battle, so he is potentially safe.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the same Moran that we're fighting with, Brennan. I'm guessing.
Yeah, he's
Moran,
under Davout again.
Friant.
Yeah,
Who
same
else
guy.
was there? Girard?
Gudin.
Oh, yeah, Goudon. Yeah, those are the guys that are there at Auerstadt.
Mitch, you've actually got Moran as First Corps, First Division commander, same as Rick does here, and Friant as First Corps, Second Division commander, same as Auerstadt.
Well, but they were Third Corps at Auerstadt. Davout was the Third Corps, yeah.
Completely different set of troops. And then later, I think both of them ended up in the commanding the Guard.
Yes, yeah. At Waterloo, I think Morand and Friant are both with the Guard. right, David, have you moved your
No, I
pieces
haven't
yet?
yet.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm.
Time waits for no man. Now, if you're a woman, time waits plenty time. Any of us been married know that.
Marie Louise of Prussia may be the only woman's counter in these games. And I have her at the Auerstadt game. And time waits for her. She moves 3.
Oh my gosh. But does she still have like that plus 12 or whatever it is on her morale?
Plus 18.
Oh, plus 18. Oh, it's even better. Well, you're going to need it because you've got the minus 12 for being anything other than line or square or skirmish, I guess.
Yeah, it was nice
So.
watching Brennan lose some, not rally on 55s.
Oh my gosh. That is so
Her
brutal.
job, her assigned job is to rally the cavalry, which is not affected by that. The infantry is a lost cause, and she's not even trying.
We've had some nice dynamics in the around Papel.
Yeah, I'll have to tune in sometime and take a look and see how the game is progressing, because it's been a few months since I saw it last.
Mitch discovered an artillery kill zone that I have never seen before, even though I played the game 30 times. I've never seen that particular zone. It's killer.
I hope I haven't overpacked it. We'll see.
The artillery kill zones in La Bataille tend to have this particular terrain arrangement. It's usually a small, very attractive triangle of clear terrain that looks like you can rush infantry in and dominate. It always works out that then they get crossfire.
Yeah. And you guys are playing Regs 30 with that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The worst kill zone ever is at Dresden. There's this beautiful little green triangle it's right in front of the crucial bridge, and it's across the river from all the bastions of the fortifications. And it's at like perfect medium range. And every time the Allies stick their nose in there, it's just like it's crossfired all to hell.
Mm.
Then the other equivalent is at Ligny, in between on the east end of the village, between Ligny and the woods.
Oh, that little
it's
woods
like
there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like so attractive. Like I can rush in there, flank the Prussians, and take the village, and they absolutely get crossfire murdered every time. It turns out there's a similar zone right where I was trying to defend with Schmettau's advance guard, and it did not work.
Ah. Well, did you ever play the updated? So the who was it? Marshall Enterprise put out, I think, back in 2016 or 2017, maybe 2017. The Battles of Prussia, 1807. So they had Saalfeld, Jena, what they called Hassenhausen, and then what was the other one? And then they had Hall. And so Hassenhausen is totally different than Auerstadt. I mean, technically it is Auerstadt, but the way it plays, I mean, they've got much more cavalry, and it's super incredibly, it's like we talked about it there at Jena, at Gettysburg last year. It's the Death Star Hussars, those 32 increment Hussar units just moving around, grinding up if there's any French unit that's, not in square, even if it is, a lone battalion will just get completely greased by this thing. So, and the French
by the time we'd gotten
response.
Eric, you deployed your artillery really beautifully into the center in our Jena game, and by the time that regiment tried to make some difference, it had been halved. It had 16 hits.
Yeah, just gotten shelled. Even then, it's a beautiful unit. But yeah, Dave was saying that he thought it might be fun to play Super Jena. I think Rick said something about that too, maybe at Consim. So we might do that again. So
Under Regs 30, as opposed to like Premier, I have
so Rick,
basically.
so where are you moving people around? Just so I have some vague idea.
I turned one unit here into skirmishers, and
Okay.
then kind of made a
A circuitous route.
right. So
So where did he go?
well, he's right there.
No. But
So
what? Show me his path. Flash me his path.
I went here, here.
Okay, but he'd have to stop when he gets there because my guy projects a zone of influence. So you couldn't move into both of those hexes. You'd have to stop in that hex.
That stupid thing. Let me look at this. That's Vistula. He's Clapard. Where's Clapard? I just make sure he's in command. I think he is, but
So you've got. It looks like almost all of your division leaders are stacked here, right? So the Vistula Legion is there. The 1st Division is there. And the 2nd Division is there. So you should have all 3 divisional commanders are right there. So then it's just a matter of where people are at and who's in command or not. So you've got this guy here that's potentially blocking some stuff out to the other side. So we should probably check everybody to see who's in command and who's not in command. I think this guy is clearly he's in command. Obviously, the 2 squares are in command. This guy here is well, I don't know what I mean. He's out of command. Is he? He's with the 1st Brigade, so he may or may not be. That's the Vistula Legion, and then you've got somebody from the 4th Trillior from the 1st Division. It looks like, so it's a mixed bag with those guys.
those guys are in command because they're commanders right there with Bartum. Berthazine is.
Berthazine is.
Well, he's the 1st Brigade.
Right. So he's with.
They're not.
So with so the 2 Vistula Legion guys are out of command that are in that square, but the guy that's 1-4T, the Trillior, he's in command.
Can Berthazir provide command for everybody in the stack?
I don't know. It's because I'm not as familiar with the rules, but he's actually he commands the guy that's at the bottom of the stack. That's part of him, but the other 2 guys belong to Chapelle or Chapio, and he's cut off.
Well, no, he's got Vistula Legion there. And, he's cut off.
Right, but he's cut off there, and then he's cut off by your cavalry. So, the Vistula Legion guys that are there are out of command.
So I think, all right. So I think these guys are all because these are part of Berthazine here, so they're in command.
Well, and so here's the question, because you've got some other stacks that are mixed. So here you've got Vistula Legion, and you've also then got somebody from the 1st Division. So does that then block the Vistula Legion So this guy is trying to trace through here. He's got some of his own guys there, but then he's got somebody from another command there. So does that mean then these guys are out of command because you've got a mixed stack?
Well, there's skirmish cavalry, which wouldn't be a
No,
problem.
no. It's not skirmish cavalry.
Oh, it's in line. Oh, it's right, because we went through that earlier.
Yeah. Well, and even if it was skirmish cavalry, you can't trace command through somebody who's a different thing. So then does that mean, well, but these guys are with an ADC, so they're okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
except it's a cavalry ADC, so he's not actually an ADC. He's acting as a cavalry commander. Okay, so I guess they're not okay.
Well, but I'd still say it's not covered. But I
Well-
would say you're just passing through your own command here. It's not.
Well, and that's why I'm like, I don't know what the rule is if you have a mixed stack. So this is where, Brennan would hopefully chime in and let us know if we are interpreting this correctly or not.
My view on it is that if you have a mixed stack, command can end in that hex from both commanders, and everybody in that case would be in command. Or if the commanders are on top of a mixed stack, they command, the mixed guys within their stack and can reach out from the hex. But if the commanders are external to a mixed stack, in my view, the command goes into the hex and stops there. It can't go through it because you get to your own units that are in the hex, but the other guys block it.
I tend to agree.
That's how I read it.
All right, whatever.
Oh wait, sorry, Napoleon. I agree with whatever Napoleon says.
It's a beautiful stack. It's a lovely stack. It's the best stack ever. There we go.
Oh, is that too soon?
Oh, okay. So then I guess these guys are going to be out of command, and these Voltaires are going to be out of
No,
command.
those Voltaires are all reaching from him. They're part of.
Oh, they
Berthazine.
are. Oh, okay. They're part of Berthazine. Okay.
I would say 8.31 on page 11, top left corner, second paragraph, expressly says that you can't pass through.
Oh, okay.
That's for division or brigade command. Like corps command leaps over, but division or brigade command is like travels on the ground and people get annoying.
We talked about assets not being an impediment, though.
It's, basically what it's
but
trying.
David, so this guy's part of Berthazine, and this guy's part of Berthazine, but this guy's not. He's part of the second division.
And I would say that since, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Brennan, this cavalry here is an asset, so it doesn't block, actually.
No, it's not an asset. It's part of the.
Oh, it's not an asset.
It's part of the second light cavalry, 16th Division, second light cavalry. Yeah.
Basically what it's trying to get you to do is separate the formations into their own zones and have separate checkerboards for each group. It's roughly what it's trying to get you to do. To condense them denser than those separate zones is difficult.
So then here's the guy that's with the 2nd Brigade, and he's stacked with the 2nd Brigade, but then this guy blocks reaching that guy there. So these two are in command of this guy. Yeah, and then this guy here, these two guys are going to be out of command. And then the Vistula Lancer, or the Vistula Legion, that's in the square up over on the other side of the moat, are out of command as well. But the guy that's with Berthuzer at the bottom is in command. Okay, now that we got that figured out,
Well, now I got it because I want to move some, and if I try and move out of any zone of influence, it's a check, right?
a check, what a morale check? I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes.
I guess it is. Yeah, yeah. If you move out of Zoc, it's a morale check, and
Even
plus
though it's
whatever
only a
opportunity
skirmish.
fire you have, right?
Yeah.
So if it was an army cavalry unit, it wouldn't be a problem.
If it were assigned down to you. If it were assigned down to your formation. If it's assigned across to a different formation, it still blocks.
Well, it just says which may be. It doesn't say that they have to be.
Okay, cool.
Well, we'll argue about it another day.
Yep. I mean, basically, what generally works is to keep particular units pretty well cleanly divided with their own horizontal frontages. And when you start to mix the frontages, you can manage it, but it gets pretty tricky.
I tried and it was I goofed it. So
Well,
The
and
other
part
thing
of
it
it
tends-
was when I made that charge and forced your skirmishers to
forced
come back, they then got mixed up with the formations that were behind them, and so then that's also what caused chaos.
That's a pretty good example of what they're trying to do with the command rules, I think, which is like it's the unexpected combat events that jumble you up. Even you can have it pretty well organized, but when you get pressured, it tends to break down. In fifth edition, they have that continuation of command by adjacent battalions.
Yes.
But by and large, that's a pretty risky way to use your command because you can build these really long chains, and if they get broken halfway through, you like lose the whole tail end of the chain.
Yeah. Well, and
It's like a train. Yeah, you just break one link.
Yeah.
Yep.
We've been on the receiving end of that, both Rick and I.
And so, like the more resilient way is, I hate to say it, it's a broken record, but it's the checkerboard that typically solves most problems.
Yeah.
And it's very authentic historically, whereas the long linear formations tend to be 1700s, not
Right.
Napoleon.
Yeah.
all right. Now, how does this work if I got. How does it work if only one or two of the units wants to leave?
They just leave. You can move, if you have a stack, you can start any given unit separately from the others. What you can't do is pick up along the way.
I mean, so what's the.
So there's opportunity fire, right? Each time
Each
somebody
one
leaves, right? Yeah.
If they move out together, then there's only one opportunity fire, one morale check. If they move separately, it's separate morale checks and separate opportunity fire.
Let's see.
Except the bottom unit here is out of command because he's part of Bertha Zine's group. So you can move the top two guys out in that hex.
Well, they're coming out of square. Take a shot.
So some of them are coming out of square. The guy who's on the bottom is still in square.
It can't be in the same. He has to conform. Whatever.
I think he has to leave in square.
Yeah, the first action leaving his own control has to be the departure. You can't change the formation first.
I'm not going to depart anybody from that. I'm not departing anybody from there.
Got it.
Oh, okay. So even though one of the guys is out of command and couldn't change formation because the other two guys are changing formation, therefore he's able to change his formation has changed automatically.
That's reasonable, I think.
Okay. All right. I'm not sure. Okay. So we're going to get, what have I got there? I think I got 4, 12. So I've got 6 to 4, 1.5 to 1 with probably some pluses. So here we go. 16. Nope. That's a miss. All right, what's next?
The only problem I have with that assault marker is he's on a stack with units that can't go into assault. I don't think you can have that combined stack.
Again, in the assault rules, it says anything underneath just joins along.
Okay.
The thing is, do I have to point that at a single hex or do I?
Yeah, you point that at a single
side,
hex.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
hex side.
Actually, do I want to? Well, they can assault in line, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's still against the. All right.
The only reason you wouldn't assault in line, assaulting in line is pretty common and very effective because it doubles the firepower. The one reason you wouldn't do it is if you're at a long range and you call an assault and you're in line, it's usually too far to go to get the max benefit. Because like you'd have to be in column to be 6 hexes away and still make the move.
All right. This comes out of square.
All right, I've got 6 halved is 3, so 3 to 4 with a big plus. Let's see what we get. 63. That's good enough for a single hit. Make a morale check.
What was your odds on that?
3 to 4. So 1 to 1.5, a 63 is a hit. And plus I have I don't know how many increments you had there. I had it certainly a plus something.
Fine.
Are they fine though? Because they're stacked with a unit from another core.
They're not affected. They're 11.
Oh, they're 11. So, okay. Those are nice guys.
That's the middle guard, I think. That's like the next best thing to the old guard.
So what happens if the top
Actually,
unit
well,
passes? Then everybody passes, or we're looking
No,
at
you
it.
pass down a +3 modifier to the next unit, and if he passes down a +3 modifier to the bottom guy.
So what's the guy on the bottom then? He'd have.
He's fine because he gets a bunch of pluses.
Well, but he also has a minus for being with another.
Oh, fair enough.
With
Yeah.
another core, right?
And +6 for the square.
Oh, but he's not. So you get the +6 for being in square when you take the hit, or after you.
Yeah, because the event happened while I was still in
Okay,
square.
cool. Then don't worry about it.
yeah. 8 to 6
And the other guys are
inches.
11, so okay, cool.
So, all right. Actually, before I do it, this guy here, what's he doing? He's going into skirmish up to there. Let's see. And let's see, how does he do that? Yeah. All right, I don't even have to go into skirmish. He just goes there.
I don't see where you at, Dave.
I'm trying. Whoops.
Oh, okay.
Just one of those. Let's see. What do we got there? 1, 2. Yeah. Right, so he's going 1, 2, whatever the plus is for that, into here. Or
So that's
there
2
he
movement
goes
points.
into line.
2 movement points to go up into the.
So he was in line.
Into the
So
reduct.
he's coming out of line. So he goes into column.
1, 2.
So 1,
3,
2,
4, 5,
3.
6. So he's still in column. So into here. All right. And all right, a bunch of guys get flipped the wrong way here. And all right, so this is going. And he's going to declare an assault. And let's see. And the 2 that are here, since he's under assault now, does he get won't get the, they still had to roll to thing, but they won't get opportunity fire when I leave.
That's right.
All right. So I just want to take the top. I can only take the top 2 from there. All right. Now you can go back to that guy here.
They're just skirmishers, and they're going to retreat before assault anyway, right?
Yeah, he's aiming to hit the target behind.
If this is going to go on for just a terrible long time, I might just check out.
Well, we should be done. I don't know that you've got too many more things that you can move.
It's just been we've been sitting here for like an hour.
I know. This is
just, if we
why
can't move this
I
along, I
like
gotta
5th
check
edition
out.
rules.
I know, but if we could just move with some sort of a plum.
Well, we could probably start fire because I think the only thing left. Is there anything left? Nope. So you guys could start shooting down on the far end of the world. You guys want to start doing fire combat because we're at the end of the turn.
Sounds good. Michael, do you want to come over to the far left, maybe in the lobby? And
Sure thing.
all right.
So Dave, did this guy then change into line when he got to that hex?
Yep.
Okay, so I
So
would get an
he got
opportunity
into,
fire.
well, let's say he started here.
He started
He's
there,
the
and
other
he
one that
was
was there.
and he was
He
in
went
line.
into column.
So that's
So
1.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 back, and then 2, 7. So he went into line here and came
Okay.
forward.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
And so this one can go to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, let's do that. One, 2. Change into, he's gonna go into square. And 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so
where did he start off? So he was here.
Yep.
So he went 1, 2, and then you said he changed into square there. So
Square.
that's
3.
3. And then it's going to
So 4,
cost
5.
him 4, 5, 6, 7 to go there. Because I've got skirmish cavalry here.
Okay.
Yeah. So it costs like an extra 2 to go there.
Yeah, jeez. All right. I just got to figure out who's in with who and keep everybody in command here. So, and they're so confused. Actually, I probably should have named each one of them. That would have helped me in this.
Oh, well, you can do that.
I will.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, because I think that's what Rick ended up doing, and that made his life easier, trying to keep track of everybody.
Yes, it did. It's either that or you keep track of it for me. So,
Well, I got to keep you honest. Let's see, Jason Henke is saying, evening, Hex and everyone, happy Monday evening. Happy Monday to everybody. And Jeff was tuning in earlier, sending his greetings. So,
overlay is these two. This guy here, okay, he's part of that. I'll label him later. I think. Fistula is Clapper. We might as well get him killed.
that's the spirit. That's the spirit, David.
I approve.
All right.
All right. You got everybody all set?
Yeah.
Okay. We
I think so.
can
I have no
start
idea.
doing some shooting then, I guess. And then,
Well, actually, let's see. Let's bring him forward one, whatever. So, okay.
all right, Rick, let's go out to our end of the universe and we'll work our way towards the center and kind of meet everybody. So, what have we got here? You got some people in the woods. You can do a, well, and then we'll need Michael as well for the polls. Where do we want to start? Maybe we can start in the center and work our way.
Yeah, just do David stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get done in time.
So, so David, why don't we start here? I got some guys that can shoot at you, and then we'll kind of work our way east towards Rick. So, all right. So I've got these two guys here. That's going to be 12. That's going to be 24. 24 to probably 8, I think. Disordered 8. Okay. No pluses anymore, so that's going to be a 3-to-1 shot. Let's see what we get. A 55 at 3-to-1. It's probably good enough for a single hit, maybe more. It's only good enough for one hit. So, chip off some people there and make a morale check. That is if they have morale, I don't know. Okay, so they pass. All right. I don't think you can do anything with your guns. They look like Napoleon's guns are all kind of blocked now, right?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. But you've got this guy here who can fire at that guy. So he's got 2 increments, so it's going to be 6 to 14. So 1 to 2.5. Nope.
Yeah.
All right.
This guy here can fire too, right?
Yeah. He's got a range of 2, so you could fire at one of these guys. It's going to be, I don't know what he's got, 3 increments there. Yeah, he's got 3 increments, so it's going to be 9 halved. So we'll say 5 to 9, 1 to 2. No. All right. Then over here, well, we've got these 2 guns that Mitch had found. Did he find a leader there that's got? Oh yeah, there's a leader there that's got a good artillery bonus. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he can fire on those guys.
One of them can fire on that guy.
Why can only one?
This one cannot fire. It goes through this skirmisher hex.
Okay, let's get out the old thing. It looks like it just barely clips
the vertex. Yeah, it clips
the vertex.
It clips the vertex. If it went over the vertex, you're fine, but it clips the vertex.
So if it touches the vertex, it's okay?
Yep.
But so, okay.
But as long as it's anywhere inside of it, it does not have line of sight.
Does not have line of sight. Okay, so this guy can fire there, though, right?
Yep.
Let's check that just to make sure we're okay.
I'm pretty sure he's,
Okay.
I don't see anything that would.
Yeah, he's not clipping any of my guys. And let's check the middle of the hex to the middle of the hex. Yeah, just barely touching the corner. So, okay. So we're going to have 5 to, 5 to 8 or 5 to 9 infantry. What is infantry in line? 5 to 9. Okay, here we go. Let's roll. Nah, that's a miss. Okay, we will
now
scratch.
The other one might have a shot at this I didn't check this hex.
Yeah, but
it,
he'd have to fire over my guys that are in the trench, right? So my guys
oh,
that are down here.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
Yep.
that's not going to work. Okay. So this guy can't fire, and your guys that are assaulting can't fire because they're all busy firing. But this guy here could fire. So he could fire there.
Yeah.
And so that's going to be 12 to 14. Nope.
That's nothing.
All right. And then you've got
this
this guy
square
could
can
fire.
fire on there. So
Yeah.
we got
Just
there.
roll and see.
He's
Going to have 9 to 14.
14.
I don't think so, because you need a
so
51 at 1-to-1 to get a hit. Okay, cool.
Oh wait, well wait a minute. That's because I could. Let's see. Would I want to do that? No, that's not. We'll do that on against the artillery. Okay. I would say I could have added them into there too.
Oh, okay.
But no, I don't want to do that. So.
Okay, so then I've got this guy, and this guy are going to fire here. So that's going to be 9 plus 12 is 21, plus another 12 is going to be 33. And you've got a defense of 6. So that's going to be 5 to 1. And then I guess 2 shifts for canister. So that's going to be a 7 to 1. Okay, let's see what we get. 64. That's going to be 3 hits. So the top unit is greased.
That's right.
And then the next unit's going to take a hit. And
right. But before we do that,
but before you do that, you go ahead and fire back.
So we got 2, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 against 16.
You got 3 plus 4, 7, 9. Yes. Yep. And then you could. Who are you firing at? The guns?
Oh yeah.
And then you could throw in those guys too.
Yeah.
So they're going to add in what, another 12 or whatever.
3,
they're your
young guard in skirmisher.
They're times 4. Yep.
All right, so 12 plus the 9, so 21 to 16.
Yep. So 1 to 1.
1 to 1.
Nope, not good enough.
I can't shoot anything today.
Right. Now, but this guy can fire into that guy. So that's going to be a 1-to-1 shot over here, because you can fire out of 2 non-adjacent or 3 non-adjacent stuff. So you can take a shot there. It'll be a 1-to-1 shot. That's good enough for a hit. Okay, and let me make a morale check for them. And they're happy. All right, now go ahead and inflict all your blood, death, and destruction.
And I don't think I can even fail the morale check on that. So, because it's -6 for the square, and it's a 12 elite unit.
Yeah, we rolled a 20, and you've got the leader there as well. So, okay, they're fine. Okay, now we move over. I guess I've got my skirmishers here that can skirmish with you. So you've got a defense of 8. So 3 to 8. Nope, nothing. Where else are we at?
I've got skirmishers here that
can
shoot on.
No, you already fired at. You added them in there. Yeah.
Yep.
So now we're over here where Rick and I are. So I've got these 2 guns. This one's blocked. But these guys might be able to hit this guy. Let me check the line of sight and see. Middle of the hex to middle of the hex. Yep, I can get these 2 on you. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to be medium range. So 18, 18, 36. 36 to 6 is 6 to 1. with a +5 for my leader and no other pluses. Here we go. 6-1. 25 becomes a 35 at 6-1. That's good enough for 2 hits on this guy here.
Are you shooting at me?
Yeah. At these guys that were
Oh, sorry.
assaulting. Yeah.
The lead one there behind the cab.
Yeah, the lead one right there.
Okay.
So 2 hits.
It's lost.
And is it spread out over both, or is it just the top unit that takes the hits?
Artillery, I think it's spread on both.
Okay.
Oh, is it?
So
Cool.
1 and 1.
I approve.
Well, then do you make 2 morale checks, one for the top unit, one for the bottom unit?
I mean, typically when you fail, the whole stack fails, right?
Yeah.
So I'm rolling.
Oh, they're
61.
happy. They don't care. All right, then we got Ricochet. So now we got to figure out. I think the one is going to go straight down into the other guy, but the other one is going to go. No, it's going to go into this unit here too. So they'll both roll in there, but now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're at. So now it's going to be 18-6. So now it's going to be a 3-1 with a -6 for the Ricochet, but what have you got there? 13 increments, but a +6 for the stack. So it's just a 3-1 straight up. 62 at 3-1. Ouch, that's 2 hits.
Okay.
Boom, boom, 1 on each.
Okay.
And make your morale check.
33.
They should be happy.
I think there's 16, but let me look.
All right. Oh, don't apologize. All right. So that took care of the artillery over there. And so then now your infantry there can't fire. So the next thing we've got would be this area here where these guys could all shoot at each other. So I'm going to have 16 plus 16 is going to be 32. And you are in line in the brush. Actually, no, but you're a big stack, so you're gonna be a 7. Yeah, so 32-7. So it's a 4-1. No pluses, no minuses. A 24 at 4-1 is good enough for a single hit.
So we just got to remember next time to let me make my morale. I failed.
Oh, okay.
When
so,
you disorder.
Well, don't move them yet. You just put a disorder marker on them.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
So you'll have 12 to my 9. Well, actually, these guys here.
33, probably
33.
Nothing.
No.
When your cavalry retreats, we gotta make sure we do that in the order correctly, right?
Which cavalry?
Your cavalry that was in the middle here. When you retreated, when this guy moved up.
Yeah. What about it?
Because these guys could have all moved in, right?
No, they couldn't have.
Why not?
They hadn't moved yet.
Oh, is that what you're saying? Oh, okay.
It's fine.
I was just looking at that. Yeah, I was wondering why.
Yeah, I didn't know what the order was. I know these guys had shuffled around to make room for these guys to go up or whatnot. So
it's all good. Keep going.
Yeah.
We just got to remember.
Next time you'll be able to push them forward. Okay. All right. Then here we've got these 2 guys can fire there. So you've got, what do you got? 9 increments there. So you're going to have a fire defense of 7. So I'm going to have, once again, 32 to 7, a 4 to 1 shot there. And 4 to 1, that still might be a hit. Because you've got what, 10 increments there? No, 9 increments.
I have
So
9.
4 to 1. Hey, just barely did it. So it's a single hit on the top unit. Shock your dice. They pass. Good. All right, go ahead and shoot back in whatever order
carry
you
on.
want to.
It's a 14. Carry
Oh,
on.
it's a 14. Okay. So were they combining with somebody else or they were just on their own?
I didn't say, but yeah,
Okay.
let's say I combined them and see if it matters. The two guys adjacent on the leader.
So you'd have
I
12
don't know
and
that
12.
matters.
You'd have 24. And I've got 6 there. So defense of 9. So 24 to 9 is 2.5 to 1. No, that's going to be a
Yeah,
miss.
it's 14.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Then I've got these two guys are going to fire here. So that's going to be another 32 to 9. So that's going to be a 2.5 to 1 shot. 23 at 2.5 to 1. Let's check it real quick. That missed. All right, you can take a shot back with that guy. You're going to have 12 to 9. And just pick who you're going to shoot at. Well, 45 is going to be a miss at 1 to 1. All right. Then I've got this guy's going to fire here. So I'll fire in on your flank. So you have a defense of 7. So I'm going to have 16 to 7. It's 2 to 1. 31. Is that a hit? Nope. Missed it. Okay. Cool. And you can fire back. You've got these. This guy can fire probably 8 to 9. Oh, let me go tell them we already... Hey, guys, we already did the fire there in the center.
I know. That's what I'm
that
explaining.
artillery. Oh, okay. Okay. Good.
And he's...
All right. All right. And then you have this guy here who can fire on those guys. 36. And I think I've got a fire defense in the swamp of...
2?
General order 12. So it's a 1 to 1 shot. 2, yes. Special.
Yeah,
Special. Yeah. All right. Okay, now we're over to the guns over here.
Skirmishers get attacked, don't they?
No, but my skirmishers are facing the other way. So they're facing out this way. So they can't add in with anything.
All right.
All right, we'll have these two guys take a shot here at Marat. What have you got there? What's your stack? You got 5 plus 2. Not a whole lot left.
7.
So not enough to make it a big stack. So you've got, I think your fire defense is 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 12 plus 12 is 24. 24 to 8. That's going to be a 3 to 1 with a +1 for my leader. 24 at 3 to 1 becomes a 25. That's good enough for a single hit. Bing. Not much left of those guys.
Yeah, I don't think we've been distributing the artillery shots across multiple units, but that's all right.
No. Yeah. All right. And then I think we've got...
We should read that later.
Yeah.
Make sure we're doing that right.
We got roll through. That's going to go there into that infantry. And then this is going to... Whoops. Picked up the wrong unit. And then this guy's going to roll through into the artillery here. Okay, so we'll do this roll through into that Polish artillery. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's going to be a 7 to 6. It's going to be a 1 to 1 with a -6 for ricochet. 65. That is a hit on those guys. We'll add a loss. So
Oh, okay. So he's gone.
no. I added a loss and you added a loss.
Oh, okay.
We both got really excited. But you can make a morale check for him if you're in the neighborhood. 11. So he's
11.
going to be disordered. Okay, and then we've got the ricochet's going to roll through into that guy. And he's got a stack of 14. So there's going to be a +6, but a -6. So it's going to be a 1-1 with no pluses and no minuses. And that's going to be hit on those guys. We really need Michael over here. Let me go get Michael.
You're firing at,
Michael,
like,
we're
the
shooting up your poles.
assaulting. That's over its own unit. Can't do it. Okay.
Michael,
all right. So-
come and join us. We're shooting at your poles, and time for your poles to shoot back too.
The heresy. All right.
Yeah, we're in
I'll be
game
right
room
over.
1.
Okay.
All right.
Right.
So, Rick, did you add a hit to that?
I did add a hit.
Okay.
I did not roll.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll for those guys. They got hit with some ricochet. All right, they're happy.
That's not going to be good enough, I think.
Oh, really? A 31?
22? Well, that's their first hit, though. No, second hit. So that's...
No, it should be their
No,
first
it's their first hit.
right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then they're fine.
Yeah, they're fine. So, trust me, there'll be more. Okay. Let's go ahead and chip off some ammunition. Let's see if I can find the ammunition. Decrease. Okay. Cool. Now we're over here. We got these guns. These ones are just going to fire right down the line this way. So this chap is 1, 2, 3. So we got 12 to 6. It's a 1-1 with a +2 for my leader. 33 is going to be a miss. And then we roll through here. It's going to be a 1-1 with a -6. And that's going to be a miss. Okay. Let me update his Stoff. And then this guy here, he's going to fire there. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to be an 8 to 8. It's a 1-1. No pluses, no minuses. 42 missed. And then we're going to roll into this group. It's a 5 to 6, 5 to 7. So 1 to 1.5, but no pluses, no minuses. Nope, that's a miss too. All right. Okay, you've got your gun here. You can do something exciting with it, Rick. It still has
22.
ammunition.
Come on, Rick.
You've got
Excite us.
half a battery.
I think I was just shooting straight ahead, wasn't I?
Yeah, you were. So you're going to have
What again?
7 to...
Nothing.
Yeah, okay, that's easy. Oh, you know what? When I shot here, I could have
Is
added
it
those guys to
increase or
it.
decrease? I think it's decrease, right?
I could have added 8, so it would have been 20 to 6. It would have been 3-1. Would that have been a hit? Let me look. I rolled a 33 at 3-1. I think that would have been a hit.
That's what you needed. That's like the lower end.
Yeah. Okay, so this would have been a hit, Michael, on that hex.
All right. So, 21.
Yeah, so they're okay. Just update the hit marker on them. So they've got 2 hits instead of 1. Okay. All right. Your guys can fire at me. They are in column.
Rick, you didn't do anything exciting.
Rick did not.
Well,
But on the bright side, Marat didn't get shot off his horse.
Oh, there you go.
due to
Multiple cannonballs have flown past him, taking out troopers left, right, and center. Marat still has his feather in his cap and his red boots on.
Okay.
So you guys are
Did I-
probably, what, are they 8? in column.
Let's see.
Whatever their
You are in
printed value
woods.
is. I think my
Forest is
value,
what?
general order in the woods, is 10. And same thing for the swamp, 10. So you could have these two guys maybe combine, and you'd get
Yeah, that's exactly
a
what I'm gonna
1.5 to 1. Yeah, because you'd have 16.
hit.
That is a palpable hit. All right, let me go ahead and mark that. And let's flip these guys over. I can't remember what they are. Oh, they're elite. They don't care, practically. They're dead or not dead. I'll roll for them anyway. They're happy. All right, they're going to shoot back before they get greased. I think they were, what were they? Oh, the marker's in the way. 8.
Grenadier battalion usually.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 8 plus these guys are going to fire this way. So we'll have 8 plus 12. So that's going to be 20. 20 to 6, that's going to be a 3 to 1 with a +2 for my leader. A 42, that's good enough for a hit. And
Isn't it medium range?
it is. That's why it's 8 instead of, so there is
you
half
said
a battery there, and then the other
Sorry,
half
you had said you had said 12. So all right, never mind.
yeah.
I'm sorry. You said that was a hit?
Yeah, that's a hit, and then a morale check for you.
Yeah, he'll be good with a 53.
Okay.
Right. Increase. Okay.
Chipping away. Okay.
Eric, did that ricochet?
Yeah,
right?
it would have ricochet. Give me a second to flip my guy over. So we're going to have 12 to 8. Are we? No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're at longer range. So it's going to be 5 plus 3. It's going to be 8 to 8. Okay, so it's a 1 to 1 with a -6. And that's a miss. Okay. All right, and we'll update their guns. All right, and
Holy crap, Rick! How did you lose 8 out of 9 steps for that increments for that one cuirassier?
Yeah, or no comment.
All right, so then here we've got a 4 to 1 shot on that hex. We've got this hex of guns, these guys in line, and this guy there. So we're at 48 to 12. So 4 to 1, no pluses, no minuses. 52 at 4 to 1. That's a single hit.
It's not often you see a whole regimental volley, but that was a regimental volley.
Yep. There's not much left of those guys. Roll your dice. A 21. They're still happy. Okay. All right, and then we come over here, Michael, and I've got some skirmishers. You've got some people that can shoot at my skirmishers. So you've got...
Take your shot first.
Okay, well, this guy can fire there. And so that's going to be, I think he's only got 4, so 2. So he's going to have 6. So 6 to 9. Hey, that's a hit. Any way you slice it.
All right.
They pass their morale check.
All right, so unit increments lost.
Good. So then you're going to have 24 to 16. So you'll have 1.5 to 1 shooting back.
Well, he can add that in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if he wants to.
That's exactly.
Well, does he need to have a leader? Oh, he does have a leader. He's got Latour Mel right there. Yeah,
leaders.
No, but I mean, like artillery leader. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, he's got a guy with a +1. So, you got 24, and then you want to add these guys in. So that's going to be another 14 plus another 14. So that's going to be 28.
24, so it's 52.
52 to 16.
Plus
so
5.
That's what, 3 to 1?
Plus 1.
3 to 1. So So that's a single step loss, single increment loss. Sorry.
Okay. And let's go ahead. And I think that's his first loss. Let's roll for him. He's okay. But he will shrink because he's only got 3 increments. So he's going to shrink away. So he would shrink into this hex. All right. Now I've got, before that happens, of course, this, I'd had 2 increments there, plus these guys can fire there. So I'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 increments times 3. It's going to be 18. 18 to 7. That's going to be 2.5 to 1.
No, it's 9.
But I'm firing in on your flank over here, right?
Oh, yeah.
So here we go, 2.5 to 1. 46, that's good enough for a single hit. All right, and then those guys can fire, and they could fire at either this hex or that hex.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Well, my
for.
skirmishers can combine on one of them, right?
Your skirmishers can add in on that hex, right?
Right.
But I don't think you could get a shot on them because it would be 3 to 15. So your skirmishers there can't do anything in that regard.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go right there.
Okay, so you're going to have 12
No.
to, yeah,
That is a
that's a
no.
miss. Okay, all right, and then last but not least, I can't. My skirmisher, I don't think can land a touch on you. But you guys can combine. You'd have 6 to 13 if you guys combined there. So
Doesn't he have more than that because you got 2 hexes here?
but you actually only count the value that's printed there. So he could attack
It's per unit.
3,
It's per
3,
unit.
3,
Not-
3, 3. Yeah. So go ahead and roll a 51. That's not enough. So, all right. And I think that takes care of all of our fire. So now where do we go? Did you guys get all your shooting done? Presumably.
We did.
Okay. Yeah. So we had started over here and then we worked our way across. So we've done everything.
Mitch, you there? Are you back or?
Did Mitch leave?
You're on mute, Mitch. You're
I'm
back.
here. What's going on?
Just roll a die. 2 die, I mean. Okay. 1-to-1, that's not a hit. So I conceded that you would get that shot on there because
Okay.
that's what the rule said. All right. I got at least one artillery unit over here that's got a shot. So 1, 2, 3.
But does it really have a shot, David?
To there. Doesn't it? Yeah.
Well, let's see. It's disordered. Oh no, I'm looking at the other guy. Yeah, so it's 3 to 6. 1 to 2.
Yeah.
With
plus
a
3 for
2.
this overstack.
Yep. Plus 5.
Yeah,
He's got a
plus
leader there.
2. Yeah.
Go ahead and roll.
Does the disordered one have? He probably goes over I don't think he.
Well, plus the disordered is only going to be adding in
disordered.
like
He's
half dead and then he's halved again. So it's like it adds in 1 maybe at best.
Yeah. Hey, I finally got
65. There you go. That's a hit. That's going to be a hit any way you slice it. Oh, and they don't care.
1 hit out of everything.
Orders of St. George, 2nd class for the Dragoon.
All right. I guess we're on to. I think that's all I had. Two. No, that's not enough. All right, I guess we're on to assaults.
Cool. All right. You got, I mean, do we have any assaults anywhere else on the map or just here in the center?
I think just here.
So nothing over on Robert's side of the world?
Not that I'm
No.
aware of.
Okay. Cool.
Uh,
All right. So, I mean, they're all yours. So I guess you can pick which way you want to go.
All right, we'll go to
Excuse
Grant.
me, I had to.
Yeah.
No. I mean, when I said you guys, I mean the French. There's no Russian ones. Normally you would alternate, right? Between the French get to do one and then the Russians get to do one, something like that.
Yes.
Okay. I wanted to make sure I was still remembering it correctly. Since there's no Russian
All right,
ones, you guys can
yeah,
pick
well-
them whatever order you want. Okay, so you're going to do that one. Okay, so I have to retreat, correct?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think I have to retreat, right? Because I can't
Yeah, required
stand.
skirmishers
I'm-
can't stand.
yeah. So, and I need to retreat at least 2, otherwise you just assault me again. So I retreat back.
All right, and I'll assault the next one.
Okay, well, go ahead and make your morale check. You've got a minus something for your...
I don't have minus anything. He's an elite unit.
Oh, okay. Well, then he's
Show
lucky.
off.
Well, I mean, if you rolled an 11, he would fail, right? Or
Yeah.
does he not have any morale?
He has 11.
Oh, okay. All right, so then
Yes.
I need to make my check, and I don't have any modifiers that I'm aware of. So I pass. So now we do our shooting at each other. So, and I need to roll to see if there's a modifier to the odds. So let me roll for that first. A 1, there's no modifier. Cool. All right, so let me go ahead and shoot. It's going to be 12 to 8. So 1 to 1.5. A 55 is a hit.
And I've got 16 to 8.
16 to
2 to 1.
no, 16 to 9.
16 to 9.
Right. So it's 1 to 1.5 as well.
Well, yours was 12 to 9 is only
Yeah,
1 to 1.
it's a 1 to 1, right? And I
You
rolled a
said 1 to
55.
1.5. You said 1 to 1.5. I'm sorry.
Oh,
but
no, you're 1 to 1. You're 1.5 to 1.
you're right. I mean,
Is
1.5.
everybody's firepower doubled in these?
Oh,
attacks?
yeah, you're right. It's doubled. So it would actually be 24 to 9.
Yeah.
So 24 to 9
2.5.
would be 2.5 to 1. And a 55, I think, is still just 1 hit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
David, your
Right.
firepower's doubled too.
And so
right?
then David
Right.
is going to be, if he's 16, he's going to be 32. So it's going to be a 3 to 1. So a 42 at 3 to 1 is 1 hit.
So hits
Yeah.
cancel out.
Okay. All right. Pink. Okay, so now we do our odds.
And so
So all right, I've got 11.
and probably going to be 1.5 to 1, but 6 times 1 equals 17.5 to 11. So
Surprising. There wouldn't be any perfect brackets of it.
yeah, it's 1.5 to 1.
Okay, 1.5 to 1. There's no
One.
pluses, no minuses.
No pluses, no minuses, no. Who cares?
All right,
And
chuck some dice, see what you get.
all right, let's see.
63,
Finally,
that's a good one.
decent roll.
So that's a DD3. So I would be disordered. So let me go ahead. I'll take a loss, right, for leaving. Correct? Okay.
Yeah.
And then I will put a disorder marker on him. Let's find one of those. Cool. And then I have to go back 3 hexes. Is that right? 1,
Yep.
2. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I guess I could go that way. Whoops. I'll take my little marker with me. Okay, cool. So that's that. So I guess what, you advance into the hex? Or do you have to roll
Yeah.
for overrun
Disorder,
or...
advance into the hex, and then there's assault impetus because there's no zone of control there, so you might pursue, depending on the roll.
Yeah. All right. Unit. Disorder. Okay. We don't have that
You roll-
very often. What's the procedure?
If you assault and end up in a hex with no zone of control on it, then it's like cavalry pursuit. You roll 1 die, 1, 2, or 3 is the number of hexes you pursue, and each hex you pursue, you inflict 1 more hit, but you stop when you hit a zone of control.
Okay, and which will be the next hex. So
Yeah. So if you roll, so you advance into the next hex and inflict 1 more hit on the unit, and then that's over.
So what if he rolled a 4, 5, or a 6?
0 impetus.
Oh, okay. So it's only, you want to roll low on those then.
well,
If you want the impetus.
Oh, okay.
You don't want the impetus
Right.
for reasons which we will observe next turn.
Don't want to be too weird, but that disorder unit needs to face a particular hex side.
he's got all around facing. It doesn't matter.
I suppose that's true.
Yeah. Cool.
For example, he's facing directly at the artillery.
Yeah. That should be exciting. Okay.
All
What's next?
So we got this assault and then this assault.
So,
If they're both against the same unit, even if they're in separate hexes, they combine.
so would they go into the same hex, or they would go into...
No, they go into their own hexes. that
Into
they're
their own
assaulting
hexes,
against,
okay.
But it's 1 melee.
All right. And then is there any opportunity fire as this guy goes back or not?
The assaulting units can't opportunity fire, but if there's a unit under Vatier that has a zone of control, it would get. So if they're adjacent to non-assaulting units, they're the opportunity.
Right. So that's what I'm curious, because he's got a guy in square here. He's got a guy in square there that would have...
So they'll fire.
Yeah, that's if they... I presume, I don't know, do squares do opportunity fire?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So he'll go back, I guess, here, and then he's going to go back. He's got to go back 2, so... And he can't end up adjacent to an enemy, right? So he's got to end up 1 further, right?
Well, if he goes into a zone of control, he stops. So don't go through zone of control. Other than the unit that's attacking it, right?
Right. So he could go basically along.
Yeah.
He'd have to.
It's to go through his own units. It's to go through his own.
Yeah.
units.
And so he'd end up right there.
Then he's back there.
Okay.
Right.
Well, he stops here, right? Because isn't that?
No, he
zone?
drops 1 hex back. He
Yeah.
drops
So
a wing back.
this hex can go
Drop a wing
there,
back.
and then it goes
Yeah.
zing, zing,
And then
zing.
it'll go out, yeah.
Yeah. So it just kind of follows like a snake through there. All right. Well, you can take a parting shot then, I guess. So you'd have 9, and I think, what did you have over there? 6. So you're going to have a 1-to-1 shot now, or less than a 1-to-1 shot, since it's halved for opportunity fire. Okay, cool.
And does Bois-le-Dieu also get a shot at the other hex dropping back?
Does who?
There's a leader Bois-le-Dieu. Is there a battalion now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he would. So he's going
But he
to have
gets a different
6
hex.
to...
Yep. 6 to 12, 6 to 14.
6 to 14. That's
1 to 3.
may
Not
or may
enough.
not be enough.
Nope.
No. Close, but no cigar. Okay. Now what?
Now
They can
we,
continue an assault if they wish.
yeah, certainly.
On this assault, the defender's being attacked from two different hexes. It's probably like a -3 or -6 modifier.
I think it's 3, but it's looking up.
Well, he's got to
Roll
pass
and
his
see.
stuff first, right?
Yeah. But he's elite, so he will.
So
It's
that's,
-3 one of them.
that guy's elite, so he's just 55, and this one is, he's also elite. So
But you're going to have them. Well, it doesn't matter. They pass. Okay. All right. So then I have to make my roll, and you say I've got a -3 because of.
I
Being
think
attacked from two hexes, yeah.
But being on the higher ground doesn't give me a benefit.
It might.
it might.
That's a scenario specific roll.
Oh, so now we have to see if they've got something for that. Maybe it's only.
It's up a severe slope is 6.
Okay.
But it's not severe. So.
Yeah, it's not a severe slope. Okay, here, let me roll. Oh, they're going to disorder.
Oh, there is
Actually,
a -3.
They
There is
actually
a
have higher
-3.
ground, yeah. +3
There was a
for
-3 for assaulting
higher
up a
ground.
normal slope.
Yeah, but even then with a 13, I don't think these guys are very good. They're a 22.
So they disorder.
Yeah, they're going to disorder. All right, let's flip them back and let's put a disorder marker on them. Okay, cool. All right, so there's no modifiers for me. I just fire at my normal rate half for being disordered. But we do have a big target here at least. So let's see, what's my value? So it's 6, it's going to be 3. 3 to 9, it's going, well, actually 3 to 6 because it's a big stack. So it's going to be a 1 to 2 with a +3. It's not good enough. Okay. All right, you can shoot at me.
I got 32 firing.
Okay. So 32 to 8, or am I 10 for being?
Actually,
disordered?
this is a line, so that's 12, 20, or there's 16. 16 plus 8 is 24, 48 firing.
All right, and disordered, I've got 8, right? Because I believe that village is not really a village; it's clear
Village
terrain.
doesn't count.
Yeah.
This one doesn't count. Yeah.
So what did you say you had?
48.
Okay, so you took 48 to 8.
So
6 to 1 all day long.
Yep. 23. That's probably good enough for a single hit. Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. Bing. Okay.
All right.
Max table
Probably.
roll.
Probably 5 to 1 on the melee.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yep, +3. Or +2, I should say.
2 for the leader and 6 for the hit.
So +8. All right, 5 or whatever. So it's 5 to 1.
Yep, 5 to 1. Because I'm half of myself and I don't have a whole lot.
All right.
55. So that's going to be with a +8. Did you say?
So you surrender.
Yep. So they're gone.
Occupy the hex in disorder.
What do we got here?
All right, and let's put him over. And I think he is Raevsky's core. No, that's Borosden. Raevsky's the 7th core. Okay.
What do we got
Here we go. So we got 10. We got 19.
All right, so he'll stay behind here. Any disorders?
Do they all have to advance into the hex?
Yep.
They all, but it was overstacked, and so one pulled back, or he just displaces out.
I'm going to call it tonight for myself. Feel free to finish out the assaults. If you guys want to do all your PGDs and disorders and all that, that's fine.
Cool.
I'll just roll for my artillery next time we start, if that's all right.
Okay, cool.
See you later, Mitch.
All right, good night, guys.
Good night, Mitch.
Yeah, man.
All right.
I'll see you
Rick.
Thursday.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It's your turn now.
Michael, are you guys playing a game? You and Mitch?
Yeah, we're gonna be picking up Battle for Normandy after about a good year off or so.
Oh, wow, cool.
All
That'll be
right.
fun.
So let me go ahead and roll for him. Well, actually, you've got to roll first. So you're going to have
51.
so you're fine. Let me roll for him. 23. Survey says he's okay, just barely. Okay. I'm glad I put that leader there. Okay, so let me roll and see if there is a modifier to the die. There is. There'll be a 1 column shift, I guess. Okay, and then you've got to roll for... Oh, yeah, you already rolled for you guys. Okay, so now we do shooting. So you're going to be probably 16 to my 8. So you're going to be at 2 to 1. And that's good enough for a hit. And I'm going to shoot back at you, and I will probably be just 8. Yeah, so halved but doubled. So it's a 1 to 1. And do I have any pluses? Not anymore. Hey, and I get a hit on you too. So I'm at 8.5.
My melee normally is 13, but I'm down 2. And the other one's normally a 9, but I'm down 1.
Okay, so 13 divided by 5 times 3. You're going to have 7.8. And did you say the other one's 9?
Yeah, down 1 with 4 guys.
That's going to be 6.75.
So 14.
So 14 and a half. And what did I say I was again?
Normally a 14.
I was 8.5.
down 2,
So
plus your
14
disorder.
and a half. Right. So 8.5 halved. So I'm going to be 4 and 4 1/4. Yeah. So we'll just say 4. So 4 into 14 is going to be 3.5 if they've got that. They've only got 3 to
I
1.
don't think they do.
So that shifts to, because of the
2
die
to
roll,
1?
it shifts to 2 to 1. And then there's a -1 because of my leader.
Okay.
63, you're on fire. So that's going to lead, these guys are going to rout. So they're going to take another loss. Let me flip that over. And so now they've got increase. Okay, and then they got to move one away from you, so they're there. And now they got to move away again, so they're there, and there, and there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or can I, when I'm here, can I go here? That's a blank spot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I could go there. 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay.
Do they go
11
12?
that way. Do they go 12? They're flipped over here. Yeah, they would go one more. 12. Okay.
So the
right.
attackers are disordered going into the hex, and then they get the impetus roll because they're not in a zone of control.
Now, can I opportunity charge them?
Yes.
Okay.
You can opportunity charge them when they move in, and then
Right.
after you decide yes or no, then they also get impetus.
They get impetus before my charge.
Well, no, you get charged first because they just entered the hex.
Oh, okay. So if I move forward and charge them, then they can't do impetus.
Stops the impetus,
Yeah.
and they would need to then roll, and they're disordered, I guess.
Okay. Well, we got to even see if this guy can do it. He's one of these wacky Cossacks. So let's see what we get. Oh, they are totally psyched about this. So they're going to spur forward, I guess.
Now the infantry rolls to stand.
And they stand.
So then they get an odds shift in the melee against the cavalry.
So go ahead and roll one die. So that should shift it 1 in their favor, right?
Yeah, 1 in their favor, and their firepower is doubled when they shoot.
Okay. All right, then go ahead and shoot at me. So you're going to have, your printed value is 8, halved is going to be 4 doubled again. So you've got 8 to 8,
6.
1 to 1.
8 to 6. Yeah.
So a 35 is a miss.
Now it's melee, and the Cossacks have their melee strength plus any lance or whatever, and then they're halved because it's a short charge.
So they don't have any lances. So,
6.
So why is it halved? Because they...
The short charge.
Against infantry or artillery, it's a short charge. If it's
if they didn't go 3 hexes in a row, you mean?
Yep. So the opportunity charges against infantry are always halved.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'm going to have 6 to whatever he's got.
It's 14,
halved.
I think.
Yeah, you had 14 and a half, but it's halved, so it's 7. So it's 6 to 7. So that is
1 to 1.5.
1 to 1.5, and then it shifted to 1 to 2 for the
roll.
For the roll.
Yep.
Okay. Well, let's see if we can roll well. A 61. That's a really good roll, but it's not good enough. Just missed it. So it's a blank. So what happens now?
That's a bounce for the cavalry. They take a hit, roll back 1/3 of their movement, and take a morale check.
Okay, cool. So 1, 2, 1, 2.
Eric, you're funny.
A third of my movement. 1. I'm trying to figure out where to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I can go anywhere I want, right? I don't have to necessarily pay attention.
You have to be more distant each hex, right?
Oh, okay. So it's like a retreat thing?
Like a route. Yeah.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, 5 gets me right here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then I make a morale check and I pass.
So you're just disordered.
Okay. Only disordered.
Tired.
Tired.
And you took a hit.
I already put the hit
But
on
what
him,
you stopped any impetus by the infantry. So you saved the grenadiers from getting chewed by pursuit.
Okay, well then I guess that was worth it. They did their job for king and country. Okay, cool. All right. What's next? You got one more guy going in there. All right, so he was at a range of 4, it looks like, right?
Yeah.
So go ahead and I guess make your morale check first. 15, and with the range of 4, you got a -3. So that's going to bring you down to a 12.
They're 15.
Yeah, so they're going to disorder. All right, and then I make a morale check for my guys. Oh, we might all be falling apart here. Yeah, so he's going to disorder as well.
Eric, are you just a single increment left, or what is
No,
that?
no. I've got this guy
Okay.
on top who's worth 5,
I
and
see.
this guy
Got
on
it,
the
got it.
bottom who's worth 1. Yeah,
Got it.
the guy on the bottom has got a morale of 11, but I didn't want to put him on top where he was going to get greased. So instead, if I had, then he would have passed. So, oh well, best laid plans. All right. Cool. So now we just do mediocre
Exchange
fire,
fires,
right?
not doubles.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4v8 with 1 to 2 each way.
Yeah. So I'm going to have an 8 to 8, and you'll have an 8 to 8. So I'll roll mine
It's maybe
first.
4. It's probably 4v8.
Well, so, but you're disordered. Oh, you're not doubled. You're right. Okay. So just 4 to 8, 4 to 8. Okay. So I've got a 1 to 2. Let me roll. A 53. That's not enough. And then you've got a 1 to 2, and that's not enough either. So now we go ahead and do our odds. And let's go ahead and flip. So that guy's worth 14, and the other guy's going to be worth probably something decent. Okay. It's going to be 18, have 9. Okay. So I'm worth 9.
So I'm 19 with 7 increments. I've taken a loss.
19 divided by 7 times 6 is 16. And then the other guy is what?
A 14, and he's taken a loss.
But how many increments is he normally?
6.
Okay. So he's 11. Well, we'll round up to 12. So you're going to have 28. Halved is going to be 14. So 14 to 9. So that's going to be 14 to 9 should be 1.5 to 1.
1.5.
Yeah. 43 is going to be a blank.
But then both sides can commit reserves into round 2. For example, the stack of the 3-7 back there, and possibly the 5-7 from the French side could both join the melee if they wanted to. And then any Russians who are not in zone of control and are within 2 could join, but it doesn't look like there's too many Russians around.
Yeah, I don't have anyone who would meet that
they're
criteria.
banging on your flank hook there, so that's it.
Yeah.
So you could add more battalions if you wanted to by passing them around.
So the
Otherwise, what happens? It
Grand
just goes
guy.
to the firefight.
Otherwise, it goes to firefight, which is a fairly even column. But if you throw in reserves,
So is
it'll
it better
suffer.
to just have 1 unit that's same group, or 2 units that's from a different division? Do I get minuses from being a different division? But more.
In the battle, no. On the morale checks, just whatever it is. So it won't.
You wouldn't move into the same. Would he move into the same hex that he's already in?
They would go there.
Okay.
And you could move in units from multiple hexes if you wanted to. Depends on how much power you want. If you think you need the extra melee power, then you go in more. And they got to make a morale check to make that.
Yeah,
the
so
joint.
each of them have to make a morale check just to move.
To move, but then they join.
So it's 16 from the Moran guy. He goes in. And then the other guys, Gerard. Each unit or?
Stack.
Okay. He goes in.
Yep. Now the defenders make a roll to stand, and they roll first
Okay.
this time.
So, and
Now
then
they're
we'll
being
have
attacked.
a minus
hexes.
3 for being disordered.
And
so
minus
we
3 for being
pass.
attacked from 2 hexes. Yes.
Okay, well, we still pass with that.
Now you roll for column shift.
Okay. And so we will get 1 column shift in our favor.
And now the attackers, the disorder guys, roll to close.
And do they still have the same negative modifier they had before?
No, that's out. Now it's just 0.
Just a straight up morale check. Okay.
Yep.
So they should be fine. That's a
and the other guys
31.
pass their morale check to come in. So now you
Okay.
exchange fire.
Right. Now, only this guy's firing. This guy can't fire at the guy that
That's
just
right.
moved
It's
in.
just only a
Okay.
melee participant.
Cool. So, and he could just pick one of the guys to shoot at. So we'll fire here. So we'll have a value of 8, and he's overstacked. So he's going to have, it's still a 1-to-1. He's got, what is that, 9, 12? I think that's what, a plus 3. Okay. So 1-to-1 with a plus 3.
Does he have?
Not good enough. I'm half, but then I'm doubled because I made my morale check.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now the attackers go, the line group is doubled. That's 24 firepower. That's a lot of firepower.
Yeah. And then the other guy is worth 8. So you're going to have 32 to 8. So you will have 4-to-1, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And that's good enough for a hit. Okay.
Now you calculate melee odds. We're going to be a whole lot better now, probably.
Yeah.
Especially since Moran's group is not halved.
Right. So I'm thinking it's probably fair to say that we are looking at, if I had a 9 before and I've lost an increment, I'm probably down to a 7 at this point, or an 8 at best. And all of Moran's guys are coming in. They probably have
20 roughly, right?
Yeah, and they're all undamaged, so that's going to be
34.
34, and then the others were 14. So that's going to be 48 to 8. That's going to be 5-to-1.
I want less 1 for the shift, 4-to-1.
Yeah, so 4-to-1.
And then they did a hit, the plus.
Yeah, so 4-to-1 with a plus 1. Plus, is it a plus 3
6.
or plus 6? Okay.
Plus 6 per hit. Yeah.
Okay, cool. You're guaranteed to scare me away. So that's going to be a 34 at 4-to-1 is going to be a DD3, but I'm already disordered. So I'd have to route. So I'm going to take a loss, or does both sides take a loss? Or just the top unit takes a loss?
Top unit. Stack takes a loss.
The stack. Whoops. That was good. I'm like, wow. Okay, cool. So they got to go back. So that's going to be 1. And then they've got to go. Who's the closest? Still, those guys are the closest. So there's 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we're all equally 3.
Drives it into the artillery now.
I'd have to go that way. 1, 2, 3. I could go here now. I'd be 4 away.
That's
2,
good. Yeah.
3, 4, right? And then I've got to go
Mhm.
2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I got to go over this guy. That's going to be 5. And
It's
then
going to drive you straight back on the hex train now.
6. And then the marsh is 3. So that's going to be 9. And that's going to
12.
be 12. Okay, cool. Let me go ahead and mark that. Good. So then this guy's got to make a morale check. And he had somebody who was a router that went over the top of him. So what does that add to it?
Minus 12.
Minus 12. Okay. All right, let's roll for him. 36 is going to become a 16, and he is a 16. So does he pass, or does he have to do better?
Disorder.
Okay. All right, let's mark him as disordered. Cool. All right, so then you've got to advance into that hex with everybody.
Yeah, everybody. Then you
I'm on
displace
the phone.
back out, and then roll for impetus after that.
So these guys will go in.
And the other guys go in too. They all go in.
All of them.
I know, but don't I displace them or no?
Yeah.
No.
Then you pick who you displace, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, you do
So-
that before you roll for impetus?
Yeah, well, everybody goes in and takes the hex. Then you back out until you're down to 18 increments total. And then the 18 increments remaining roll for impetus.
So there's 5. And these guys going in will be disordered as well, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
everyone's
mhm.
disordered, yeah.
So let me add a order. And then, so I got to get to 18. So 5, 7, 12. Can I make it easy by just putting one guy there? Yeah, just put this guy there. It's his hit. Now, I could, if I'm smart, I keep the Gerard guys out and put that guy in. Is that enough? 7, 6, 11, 17. Right?
It's not like everybody's disordered, but they did it. Okay. And yep. Now you roll for impetus.
Oh my God, what did I just do?
Looks like you put a bunch of out of command markers on them. Just hit the undo button and that would.
Oh, look at you using technology. All right. They're disordered. So I'm trying to do that. And then, well, I'm sorry, what did
You
you
roll
say?
a single die.
Okay. 1 die. A 1.
So you pursue one hex. You follow them where they retreated,
So
which was
move one more
probably
guy.
into the Cossack leader, no? Or did they go that way?
Yeah, they went in where the Cossack leader was. So now the
So
Cossack
Cossack
leader's
leader
got
gets
to
bumped
displace.
to nearest combat unit.
I cut him in half. What are you talking Okay.
And then
Oh, I guess the nearest Cossack, the nearest combat unit would be that guy there, right?
That's right. Yeah, that's where you're
Yeah.
supposed to go. Yep.
Yeah.
And then the retreating unit takes 1 extra hit for the pursuit.
Yeah. Cool.
That's all.
All right.
Wow, that's going to be depressing for me next turn.
And the French are starting to put dents, at least, into the front line of the Russian assault.
It was bound to happen.
If Davout pulls his chit early, maybe the French infantry rushes up and consolidates the position. If the Russians get it early, maybe a heavy cav charge comes back and routs them all.
Yeah.
Could be anything.
Be
The
nasty.
machinations of fate.
Eric, you
Yes.
marked these 2 out of command. Those are actually part of Berthazine. I'm not sure why you
So
marked.
this guy is not part of Berthazine.
Yes, you look at him. You flip him over. He's the
He's
1-5V.
oh, okay.
1-5V.
All right. No, because I saw the 2 on the back, I thought he was part of the
Right.
2nd Brigade.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, he's so they actually could have done stuff last time, but yeah, I got gypped, but that's okay.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's it. We have to start the game all over again.
Yes, we do.
That's
No.
it. Yeah.
All right, so I noticed that because I'm marking everybody. I'm going, wait a minute, who's he belong to?
Do we want to do disorders and stuff next week, or
Please.
do now?
12:30.
Yeah, yeah. I know it's late out on the East Coast where you guys are at. So yeah, if you want to do that, then we can just save it here, and
Yeah, that works.
and then we can chat and all that good stuff next time.
All right.
Aaron, is this
Handle
12:40?
everything. Everything got handled. We just
I believe
doing-
so. Yeah, so all we need
right.
to do is then roll for ammunition, roll for
recoveries.
recoveries. Yep.
All right, sounds good.
Cool.
All right, everybody. Thanks a lot. Lots
All
of
right.
excitement.
Well,
Be well, guys.
save game.
Later.
Yep.
All right, gentlemen.